Here is your podcast.
You know, I've been doing this show 9 years. In the beginning, it was great. I got to show up and just talk and leave. That was fantastic. But now Mex sends me this theme song, tells me to put my own voice in it. Lily shows up. She doesn't produce a goddamn thing. All she does is laugh, turn around, and go home. The only thing I don't wind up doing for this show is listen to it. That's your fucking job. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy podcast. Well, no, it's not ruining the opening. I wanted to get that on the air. Apparently, I'm demanding, and I ask too many things that I shouldn't fucking ask. Because I asked Lily, I said, look, I need you here. I need you present in the moment. She goes, I'm in the moment. It's weird to me that you demand that I be in the moment when I'm sitting right here. And it's true. It's part of who I am as a fucking guy because I constantly need attention and I need people to fucking invest in me in some weird fucking way, I guess.
No, I don't think that's it. I think it's simply that you put me as the audience, and if you feel as though I'm not there for you, it throws you off, and I don't understand that. I'm not sitting in the audience texting while you're talking.
No, but sometimes, you know, a call comes in or if the computer's open and you get, I lose you.
Happens.
Yes, I know. So I need to shut the fuck up and just do a show. It's like, believe me, this is one of the reasons I talk to fucking Shannon every week. It's one of the things that fucked up.
Here. Trust that I'm here. That's the point I'm making. Trust.
Yeah, no, this is fine. This is a base fucking concern of mine. It's my own fucking problem. Yes, it's my own, Lily, it's my own fucking problem. It's fine.
I'm helping you see it to address
There's no point to see it. I've seen it. I need to fucking deal with it. It keeps coming up. It comes up all the time. It comes up in my personal relationships and now in my professional fucking relationships. It's who I am as a person. And it's only getting fucking worse as I get older and get farther and farther away from being a fucking success and in realizing that I'm not going to make it or I'm a failure or whatever the fuck. All that shit plays in your fucking head. So you go ahead and put yourself on a fucking, on notice or on a fucking watch. I don't drink.
Get the urge, you look to other things and you trust your friends and you start to learn to trust yourself.
Well, that's never going to happen.
So when I pointed out to you going, you don't need to say that. I'm here. Trust in that.
Fine. Good. Nobody wants to fucking hear this bullshit. Nobody wants to hear me talk about this. It's stupid. I thought in my head, I'm like, well, it'll be on the air, but nobody wants to hear us fucking shouting at one another. It's especially to open the fucking show. I am.
Why are you angry?
I am always angry. It's because I'm small and I don't matter and so that comes through in certain ways and like I said, it fucks up personal relationships, it fucks up professional relationships, and it's who I am as a guy, and I need to fucking get through it. Well, to you.
No, friends talk and do that.
Yeah.
We have conversations online. We point out each other's faults.
Nobody wants to hear this. Literally, it's my fault for starting it, and I hear what you were saying. You're absolutely right. Thank you.
But let's shut it down.
Well, because I'm not paying you to fucking be a therapist, and I'm not paying these people to fucking listen to my therapy session. I mean, it's pointless.
But in this time,
this is the shit I dealt with.
Exactly what we should be talking about.
What?
Listening to each other, trusting each other.
Nobody fucking wants to listen or trust me at all. Fuck me. Nobody cares. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Like I told you that in in therapy, I will talk about stuff and go on, and Shannon will go, well, what about you? And I go, fuck me. Who cares? And she's like, that's like a crazy unhealthy attitude to have. And she doesn't put it that way. That would be terrible therapy language. Hey, that is a crazy unhealthy way to look. But she'll just kind of like go, whew. All right, we need to work on that probably. That part, the fuck you, that you don't care about you and you don't think that you're important or you don't think that you fucking matter. But the thing is, I don't think that I'm important and I don't think that I matter, but it drives me fucking crazy when other people don't think I'm important or they don't think I matter, or I perceive them to not think that I'm important or not think that I fucking matter. And it's one of the things that fucked up things with Jill, because I was, and look, there's a fucking, believe me, I could open up a goddamn cornucopia of bullshit that went wrong with Jill. It just did. And it was her stuff and my stuff kind of colliding into one another. But the way I did it was I made her mother me. Because I didn't, whatever the fuck, I'm learning all about myself, and as a kid, I didn't have this, and whatever the fuck, and maybe I didn't have the things I should have, or maybe they weren't the way I thought they should be. And so now, like I said, I always make myself a little kid, where I'm like, oh, the fuck, nobody cares. God damn it, nobody cares.
Everybody cares.
Right. So one of the things is I put this whole thing on her, where she has to care for me the way I want her to care for me, or the way I think I should be cared for, or just drop everything and fucking care for me. I'm the guy. I'm the talent. I'm the fucking guy. And it's always been a running joke on this show, but it's manifested itself as time goes on into being a real thing that I feel, and a real thing that is very close to the surface. And so I fucking get in my own head about it. And so I put pressure on you and I put enormous pressure on her and all these people to fucking be what I want and need them to be. But then when it comes time for me to want or need to be something for somebody else, I'm just like, well, that's just me, or I'm this, or I'm learning, or bear with me, and I fucking, nobody cares. Fuck. Hi.
You didn't put any pressure on me. I pointed out that you don't have to tell me to pay attention. I will pay attention. Trust that I.
Yes, but it comes out of the insecurity I have that it won't be good. And I know that's stupid after 10 fucking years. I know that's ridiculous to think. Because, I mean, look, there are times I go through life. I'm a Billy Joel song. It's pathetic and sad. But it's like I go to extremes. I'm either everything's fucking great or everything's fucking awful. That's just the way it is. I wish there was some... You disagree with that, but you don't know what's inside me. You don't know how I'm fucking thinking or feeling. You have no idea.
I completely understand.
Because either everything is fucking really good or everything is fucking terrible. Like, so I just said, it's like I'm talking here and either people are going to be like, well, this is awful. Nobody wants to... But then part of me thinks, well, the show is, these guys have been here fucking forever and they know who I am. But the worst part is any new person's going to stumble in and go, hey, get off the fucking couch and tell a fucking joke, you dipshit. And I get that. But fuck you, man. This is my fucking show and I'll talk about what I want to talk about. We learned that last week. And oh, the mail. But... What? But what?
Oh, the males.
No, them too. They had an opinion.
10-1?
I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'm sorry. So then I say to you, pay attention.
Sorry.
So I say to you, pay attention. I say to you, be here. And then when you say, I'm here, man, what the fuck? Then
I didn't say I'm here, man. What the fuck?
But listen to me.
No.
Yeah, fucking
No,
listen to me.
listen to
God
me.
damn it. Will you shut up. Listen to me. Yeah, that's right.
Somebody needs a cookie.
Yeah, or several. Or a dozen.
You're frustrated right now.
Of course I am. I'm frustrated with everything.
Stop for a minute. Take a deep
No,
breath.
no, listen, I have to tell you because
no, you
yes, you
don't.
do. Fucking let me finish this. Let me get off. This is the pop shot. Everybody's paying attention. They want to hear the pop shot. Nobody watches porn for long fucking. Everybody wants to see the girl get cum in the face and then we move the fuck on. Let me come in your face and get this fucking finished over with.
I don't think I like this analogy.
Bullshit. I'm coming in your face and then we'll move on with the fucking show.
I don't think I like this
Nah,
at all.
fuck that. Wear
I
it.
did not consent.
Wear it and I could hit you
did
from
not
here.
consent to this.
Wear it and I could hit you from here.
I did not consent to this.
Doesn't matter.
Stop talking for a minute.
Consent is gone. I don't know if you heard. We lost it last week.
Can I explain?
Fuck,
why?
why are you going to
Because
explain
it's
who I
important.
am?
No, it's not important to explain who you are.
Is this what this show is? This is a comedy show. Nobody wants to fuck in.
It's not a comedy show. This is hysterical. This is just
Oh, yes, it
people
is.
agreeing.
This is so hysterical. People are like, oh, I love hearing a fat guy talk about how terrible he is. And then try to beg another woman to tell him how good he is so he doesn't feel bad about himself.
I'm
This
not
is fucking
telling you
perfect.
You're good. Nobody's telling you you're good.
Right? That's the fucking problem, goddammit. Let me come in all their faces. Where are you people? Back the fuck up. Step up and get showered so I can feel good about myself and sleep at fucking night.
It's not their responsibility.
Line up communion style. Get on your knees and open your mouths and fucking take what I got and swallow it, goddammit. I'm fucking tired of you motherfuckers. Quit fighting with me. Quit telling me you got a fucking opinions. I don't want to hear your fucking opinions. Your opinion should be, hey, Mike, you're fucking great. Swallow, close your eyes, nod, and smile. Get the fuck out of here.
This is the worst.
No, it's the best.
analogy.
Fuck that.
Oh my god. The point I was making, Mike, is trust yourself and trust your friend.
Can't happen.
People aren't against you.
Won't happen, and they are.
They aren't. That is such a crazy thought to
Well,
have
guess who you're talking to? Who the
consistently.
fuck are you talking to? And has it changed? That's the thing that drives me fucking crazy is it hasn't
Well, it
changed.
doesn't if you want to argue with me about it when I simply say, hey.
In 10
hey,
fucking
don't
years.
Say that. I
No,
trust you.
dude, because one of the reasons I fucked it up with Jill is because I made her this,
Because
like,
you're making analogies of coming on her face.
well, analogies, it's a strong word. But I mean, and I because when I talked on the show, I was like, I was dating a Facebook selfie. I said that. And that was because I kept purporting, look how great this is. Look how great this is. That's all fucking social media is for. Because again, it's either look how great this is or, oh my God, you're not going to believe it. They found my dad dead in a garage. And then like 80 people are like, sorry about that, dude. And then, hey, here's a couple of smiling cats. How's that make it work for you? I know you're picking out mahogany boxes for your dead father at this point, but check out this smiling goat. Get the fuck out of here. That's all it is. That's all social media is. It's either, hey, look, this is great and it's fake, and this is great and this is fake, and this is great and it's fake. Or, oh my God, everything is tragic. Don't worry about it. We're all here for you. Let's all wear safety pins and everything's going to be fantastic for fucking ever.
It's memento.
Get the
That's
fuck
the
out of here.
problem, though.
That's it. Well, that's what my whole fucking life is. I need to write shit on my legs to remind myself about shit, but it doesn't matter because you know what? Again, I know what the fuck I'm supposed to do, and I think these people are gonna be sick of it. Talk about Memento. They're experiencing it right now, hearing me on this fucking show, talking about the same shit over and fucking over that I need to fix that I can't fucking fix. Shannon is shocked. She's even like, why? I don't even. How can't you do this? Like, I mean, I do when you baffle your therapist. I mean, that's fucking crazy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't. It's learning that you have not learned how to make a decision that doesn't shoot yourself in your foot yet.
I'm with her for. I've been with Shannon for 3 fucking years.
Show up at the White House soon and be like, "How the fuck did I get here?"
Fuck that. I again, like I said, they elected me. I mean, I literally, I just didn't have. Unfortunately, my dad was drunk and didn't give me $4 million head start. Otherwise, who knows what I could have fucking done, right? It's that motherfucker's fault. That fucking old drunk. That old racist drunk I call the father. If he'd been hiding gold in the closet instead of fucking early times whiskey, I'd be the fucking president by now. And people on Facebook be bitching about me and wearing fucking safety pins or frog hats or whatever the fuck else we got going on. That's what this entire election is: frog memes and safety pins. Get the fuck out of here. This thing, you know what? It's Nero fiddled while Rome burned. All of us have fucking literally we're Twitter fiddling the entire fucking time. That's it.
Twitter fiddle.
That's all anybody is fucking doing. It's terrible. That's it. That's all social media is. We just you know why? Because none of us we're all too lazy to learn the violin. So instead we fucking go there and we type a bunch of bullshit that's supposed to make people feel better. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. And I won't feel better. I can't feel better. And it's because I'm me. It's like, nah, fuck that. Why? How? When? If not now, when? If not who, then why?
When you decide to stop making the choice consciously that you know is shooting yourself in the foot.
With Jill, I said I fucked it up because I was putting Facebook selfies up and I'm like, oh, we're so happy, we're so happy, we're so happy. And you know what? We were. I can't lie. There were.
How you fucked that
But
up.
we'll get to that in a second. But I mean, it was great. Everything was fucking great. But I mean, I purported to go, look how smiley and look how happy, because it was important to me that people knew a beautiful woman loved me. I'm being completely honest here. Because it validated me in some weird way, and that put fucking weird ass pressure on her because she's like, well, all right. Because she was like. She was just like, yeah, this is cool. And then but I made it more than that. I made it like I made her a savior. I made her a fucking savior of everything that I've done wrong, or to pull me out of the morass, or make sure that I had a future. I always talk about that, how I need to have a future. I don't know if I have a fucking future. Well, with her, I thought I had a future. So I was like, all right, man, we've got a future. And I made sure everybody knew, look at my future with this beautiful girl. Look at my future. That's going to be amazing. Look at this future. I'm going to go traveling. Look at this future. I'm going to be a success. It's going to be fucking fantastic. And then when it turned out there was a speed bump or something, I always went, oh, fuck, this is terrible. And I tried to run away. I tried to pack a bag and run the fuck away. That's what I did. That's what I've done. And I've done it forever. And now I'm 50. And it's like, that's a bad look. That's a terrible look to fucking constantly be moping down the street like the jerk. Seriously, with fucking, I just want this phone book and I want this and, fuck, man. Somebody do me a favor. Just shoot all the cans around me so I can run and hide. Could we do that? God fucking damn it. And then we come here and it's weird pressure to put on you to say, hey, focus on me, man. Listen to me, man.
Again, you think you've put pressure on me somehow. You didn't. I simply went, hey, you don't have to do that, and you lost your shit, and I don't know why.
Because, well, here's why. I'll fucking explain to you why. Because you're right, and I know you're right, so then I'm embarrassed that I made that request of you, and then I fucking hate myself for it.
Why be embarrassed and hate yourself?
Because I am, and I do.
Instead of going, you're right, I just did that again, and I need to stop doing that, because I trust my friend, and my friend trusts me, and everything is okay.
Because it's for the same fucking reason that I apologize to people when I write them texts, or I apologize to people when I ask for stuff.
Do that.
Yeah, I'm trying not to do that. Okay. Gil Martin, it's funny, my buddy Gil Martin, I mentioned that Siegel's giving me like a fucking bed and a chair, because again, I am a fucking charity case.
That's not why he's giving you a bed and a chair.
Understood. He's nice.
He's giving you a bed and a chair because he's your friend.
Yes.
And he knows you could use them.
Yes.
It's like, hey, I could give this to Goodwill, or I could just do something nice for my friend here that I like.
Yes, and it is also,
oh my God, thank you. That is so awesome, and you're wonderful.
It is also a culmination of the sexual tension that is experienced between the two of us since I stayed with him in Bridgetown at the Bridgetown Comedy Festival in Portland. Literally, we shared a room and we slept in separate beds, but we could feel it. It was tense. It was palpable. It was in the air.
Oh my God.
We were just trying to figure out which one of us was going to jump the fence. I know it was there. I know it. And I thought about it. I'm sure he did too. And instead, I ate a dozen voodoo donuts to keep from putting his cock in my mouth, probably. And then but then we get the next step. He's like, maybe I'll give Schmitty a bed and he'll sleep in it, knowing that I've been in that bed. And I'm like, oh, all right. Well, look at this. This is how this is a long con. This is a long dance. Eventually, when the world ends and it's just me and Siegel, Siegel's escaped from the Jewish internment camps that are now going to be open in the next 4 years, and I'm probably a guard there with a name like Schmidt. Maybe we'll have a forbidden love affair in the camp. Because that crosses all sorts of fucking I's and dots a lot of T's, man. Fuck. I'm a guard. I'm German. He's Jewish. He's a prisoner. That's a fucking dude. That's a crazy Brokeback Mountain movie, right?
That is like the worst.
He was a German prison guard in Auschwitz, and he was a Jewish prisoner, and their love was forbidden, and yet they somehow culminated in weird ways. And then he's got to go ahead and toss him in the fucking shower at the end. Holy fuck. That's a serious movie.
Wait a minute. Toss him in the shower or toss him in the shower?
Hey, nobody's putting their hands on my baby but me. That dude's not marching.
I just made the worst joke.
Oh, I missed it. I apologize. I just got it. I got it. Toss him in the shower. Yeah. Now both.
Oh, no.
I'll do all those.
No. I can't believe I said that.
So Siegel offers me the fucking bed, and he offers me a chair, and that's awesome. And now Gilmartin offers me a chair, and I said to him, hey, look, first of all, it took me 2 days to answer, and here's why. Because Siegel is not giving me the shit for a couple of weeks because he's waiting to close on his house. So I would have to rent a truck to get the stuff from Mike. So then Gilmartin sends me a note, and he's like, hey, do you want this fucking chair? Like, I mean, and it's a double leather recliner. Like, it's fucking amazing looking.
I want it.
No kidding. And he's like, the only thing is it's super heavy. You'll have to get a truck to come get it. So I thought about it for 2 days, and then I answered him. I'm like, dude, I apologize for waiting this fucking long. Now, here's the thing. I do want it, but can you hold it for a while? Because I'm getting a chair and a bed from Siegel, and I'll have to rent a truck, and I don't want to rent 2 trucks. And he wrote me, and he's like, all right. He goes, well, when you want it, it's yours, but I was really hoping to get rid of it a lot sooner.
Do you know how much it costs to rent a truck?
Too much.
$25.
Yeah, okay, and then I gotta get 3 dudes to help me fucking put a thing on there, and they gotta fucking unload it, and I gotta bring it in, and I gotta find somebody to drive the truck because I'm not an adult. Fuck. Seriously, it's too many things. So then I wrote to him.
Oh my God.
Seriously. So then, because I hate that shit when everybody's just like, don't you know, dude, it's only $7 to buy that ice tray. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I want ice now.
You're gonna have a gorgeous chair.
I want ice now.
If I didn't have an eye problem and wasn't allowed to carry anything over 5 pounds, I'd help you lift
I want to
it.
snap my fucking fingers, and I want that chair in my house. I don't want to rent a truck. I don't want the hassle of going to do it. I don't want to fucking go talk to 4 Mexican dudes at home. I don't fucking care about reality. I do not. I want shit. I want it now. I want it in my house. That's it. I don't want to rent a truck. I know what an adult does, and I know what a kid does. I'm a child half the fucking time, and I recognize the adult in me is trying to make me fucking snap the fuck out of it. But the child in me is like, I like that chair. Whee! Put it in my house. And no, you got to get a truck, and you got to go get it, and you got to pick it up, and it's fucking, you got to lift it, you got to bring it, you got to take a day, and you got to find 2 dudes to help you, and you got to bring it in the house, you got to walk it through the courtyard and see if it fits through the gate. Who knows if it'll fit through the fucking door? Then you got to put it in the house, and who knows if you got room in the fucking house? And plus, you want to get a new carpet in your fucking house. So why are you gonna put more furniture in your house when you're trying to get your fucking carpet replaced? Already you got the bedroom cleared out, there's nothing in there, but in the living room you got a fucking chair, you got a bench, you got a cocktail bench, you got 2 fucking desks, you got a table with some fucking photographs on it, you got a fridge you bought fucking 20 years ago that's about to fucking end. What are you gonna fucking do with your life, man? What the fuck are you gonna do with your life? And you want to get this new fucking carpet, so now you're gonna put 9 more pieces of fucking furniture on top of it? Why don't you fucking hold off? Get the carpet out. Why don't you just fucking get rid of shit? Why don't you pare the fuck down? Why don't you get rid of your fucking house full of junk and start the fuck over? Empty it out and have nothing and stare and just be zen and just be fucking kung fu and grasshopper and snatch the fucking pebble from somebody's fucking hand and be zen and realize that you don't have to fucking rely on other people and you don't have to upset other people and you have to be fucking getting chairs and beds like a goddamn fucking hobo from everybody you fucking know, even though they're being nice, I suppose. But fuck, do something for yourself for once. Buy your own fucking chair. I wanted to buy a bed so fucking bad. When the Kuwait money came in, I was like, I'm buying a bed. That's what I'm doing. I got to buy glasses like an adult. I got to buy a bed like an adult. I got to pay my taxes like an adult. And then I'm going to see whatever the fuck happens. You know what I did? You know what I did to those things? None of them. None of them. Except for the see what else happens part. I did that pretty well. So I got no glasses, I got no taxes, I got 2 fucking hobo chairs and a bed on the way from some fucking hand-me-downs from friends, and I got no fucking bed that I wanted to buy myself. I knew the bed I wanted to buy myself. I actually went, get this fucking story. I went to a bed store. I went to, and I'm going to be truthful here. I went to a fucking bed store on Ventura Boulevard. I met this dude. I went in, I laid on the bed because they let you lay on all the different beds. That's a fucking trip. When you just walk in, you're like, what a fucking Goldilocks bullshit shopping trip that is. Seriously, do me a favor, put a pee under all these mattresses and see what the fuck happens, and then I'll be able to decide which one I can take home. Fuck me. I mean, it's just weird because you got to try out a bed, and then the worst part is I go to like the one bed store, like a fucking, You're Killing Me, Larry, one of those fucking joints, and I get in there and there's a chick at the front fucking desk, and I walk in and I walk around and I'm like looking at beds, and she's on the phone. She won't help me. She doesn't talk to me, and I'm laying on all the beds, and she finally just goes, "You find anything you like?" Never got up from the desk. And I wanted to go, yeah, you know what I like? Your customer service, you cunt. What the fuck is your problem? Get off the fucking phone and help me. Because she was looking at me like a guy who couldn't afford a bed, and I knew it, and I could feel it.
I doubt that.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Because you walk up and you're trying to make a fucking sale unless you're the worst salesperson of all time. So her and her fucking acrylics and her fucking bleach blonde tips can sit there on the goddamn phone and gab with whoever the fuck her neighbor is about whatever the fuck is going on with her yard, and please let my dog out and give her some fucking food. But nobody comes to ask me if I want a fucking pillow. Nobody decides to ask me if I need a fucking frame or a double or a queen or a king or what I fucking need. Nobody steps the fuck up. So I walk around the whole fucking place. I go upstairs, I go downstairs, I lay in every bed, like literally like fucking Goldilocks. I ate all the porridge, I fucking did all of it. Not one bear came to eat me. What the fuck is your problem, bears? Get on your knees, line up, open your mouth, swallow, and smile, bears. That's your fucking job too. Walking around like I'm invisible in a fucking bed store, just laying on beds. And I'm like, I like this one, I like this frame, I like this kind of shit. But I got nobody to commiserate with. I got nobody to talk to. And I was there to buy, motherfucker. I was motivated to purchase a bed because I was flush with Kuwaiti cash. I had all this fucking laundered oil money and terrorist money or whatever the fuck Ahmad sent me. I got no idea. But I had it. I had all sorts of fucking ISIS profit in my goddamn bank transfer. And I was ready to go ahead and spend it on a goddamn bed so I could sleep my life away not thinking about where the money came from. But no, does anybody fucking help me? Does anybody walk up and help me? No, she looks at me like I'm a fucking, like a rash, like I'm a bug. And I'm like, all right, so I fucking walked the fuck out of there. And I went across the street to this other guy's joint. He walked right the fuck up to me. Literally had a Nerf football in his hand and he threw it to me. I was like, this guy, that's it. I don't give a fuck. I'll sleep on this Nerf football if you're this nice to me. I don't give a fuck. I'm a sucker for it. So I walked around and I slept on beds and I looked around and I picked out a bed that I loved. A fucking bed that I loved. It was a hybrid silver Sealy mattress. It was like $1,600. And I go, I want this, dude. This is the bed I fucking want. I was excited. So I laid down. I was excited that I made a choice. I was excited that as an adult, I had gone, I had shopped, I had looked. Because I'll tell you what, there's another fucking place. I went to another mattress joint down the street from You're Killing Me, Larry. I walk in. This dude walks me upstairs and he's like, hey, he's like, I got the one for you. And I'm like, well, I think I kind of have an idea of what I want. He goes, well, we don't sell Sealy's, but we have these. Come upstairs. So I go up and I look. And it was, it was $900. And I laid on it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I wanted. So I'm like, all right. He goes, I can give this to you now. If it's $900, he goes, I can actually knock $200 off. He goes, I can give you it for $700. I can throw in 2 pillows. You can take it right now, right off my hands. And look, I understand you think you're doing me a favor. And I understand you think you're trying to make a deal. But when you tell me you'll let me take a $900 mattress, which is already marked down from $1,200, and you'll mark it down to $700, I don't know who fucked on that mattress, but I'm not taking it home. Obviously, it is just filled with fucking deadbeat farts of people who came in and laid on it and farted on it and decided not to buy it and they fucking left. Seriously. That is the bed they caught a Korean guy jerking off on like late at night at closing time. What literally they Home Alone some fucking dude in the shop. And when they came home, he was just covered in jizz and tissues on top of that mattress. And they're like, get the fuck out of here, Wang. And they gave him a free bowl of soup with that hat and they got him the fuck out the goddamn door. So that's the one he's going to sell. I literally went, you know what, man, I'm looking around. I said, I kind of know the one that I want, and it was a Sealy, but if you don't sell Sealy's, that's a thing. But this really is nice, and it's a cool deal. And he goes, oh, okay, well, whatever. And he literally said, well, whatever, and he turns and walks away from me.
Well,
and
you wanted a Sealy, and you told him no.
No, I said I really like this one, but I really want a Sealy. I'd like to look at another place, but this is a good deal. I was nice. It's the dance. It's the fucking dance, okay? Again, if you're selling shit, bullshit, it was not. Yeah, for him.
Would you have bought that bed? Is there anything he could have done to convince you to buy that bed?
Maybe.
What? Blow you on it?
No, I was already fucking done. That's why they marked it the fuck down. So okay, so you're saying that he can just go whatever and walk the fuck away from me, and I look at him and I go, that's it? We're done talking?
Not to convince you.
Yes, it is. Are you kidding me?
The best offer. He already gave you that, and you said, I think I want a Sealy. What am I supposed to do?
Fine. Then I'm fucking wrong again. You're right. I'm absolutely fucking wrong again. That a salesman who went whatever and walked away and left me standing there, and I went, that's it? Are we done talking? He goes, well, if you don't want it, forget it, man. And then, and I go, well, what if because I got to look at it in one more place, and then I was going to come back, and he goes, well, that deal's only for right now. He goes, if you come back, it's full price.
Yes.
Well, fuck him then. And that's why I walked the fuck out. And I should have fucking Molotov cocktailed the fucking joint. Fuck you, man. You're a salesman. Sell. Again, she sat at a fucking desk and ignored me. He didn't try dick. He brought me upstairs and told me one fucking bed. He didn't show me anything else. We didn't walk through anything else. He fucking went, hey, take this one on a discount. I said no, and he went, fine, get out.
Did you tell him you were looking for a Sealy? And he said, I have the bed for you up here that's not a Sealy?
Yes.
And so he showed you what he had in the store that was comparable to a Sealy.
You're right. I'm fucking wrong. Again, I'm always fucking wrong. I'm always the one making the mistake.
To be angry and mad.
This mother, he was angry and mad. He fucking turned around and walked away and he left me there. He's like, whatever. He literally said, whatever. And then I said, well, if I said, I have one more place to look at, dude.
Abandonment issues?
Of course.
Okay, then so when he said, I I guess the dance is over. You felt abandoned because
Right.
you didn't get to walk away and say the thing.
But that's his psychological bullshit because he's trying to use that to get and mine.
You read it your way.
So he's trying to trick me into going, well, you know what, sir, I'm sorry, I'll take this bed. That's all it was. It's fucking pickup artist negging bullshit, and he expected me to buy the fucking bed. Again, like I said, and I said this to a guy yesterday in my fucking car. He's telling me about Trump, but he's going on and on about the fucking election and this, that, and the other thing. And he's like, I'm in marketing, and I knew he was going to win a fucking year ago, and blah, blah, blah. And I go, look, I go, the guy's a fucking bullshit artist. That's all he is. It's what he does. And he goes, well, yeah, but the thing is, you got to understand a guy like that. And I go, I don't need to understand a guy like that. I've lived in this town for 20 fucking years, and this is the philosophy, seriously. You can bullshit all you want. You can tell me you got 4 scripts all being optioned. You can tell me you got options in the fire for commercials. You're on call for 4 fucking television shows. You're about to pitch 3 shows and sell them. All your bullshit that you want to tell me is fine with a drink in your hand at the Improv bar or in some party somewhere or wherever. But you know what? The bottom line is, I'm offended you expect me to believe your bullshit. I don't give a fuck that you've got your bullshit. I'm offended you expect me to believe your bullshit. That's the thing that drives me fucking crazy. And that's what drove me crazy about this election. He could talk all the bullshit he wanted, but then he was proved right that people swallowed his bullshit. And I guess I'm more upset the fact that it was this ridiculous fucking P.T. Barnum sucker born every minute. And people, because again, like I said, I keep hearing people after the fact who are like, you know what? We were voting against career politicians, man. We don't want to have career politicians in there. Fucking Gingrich. Gingrich is on his team. Giuliani. These motherfuckers are coming out of the woodwork with the long knives to carve up everything they've lost over the last 8 fucking years. Don't you realize that? Didn't you see it coming? I see people now and they're just like, well, you know, he talked about now maybe they won't build the wall, but eventually they'll get to it. Eventually they'll get to it. Oh, sure they will. You know when? When they cut Social Security out of your fucking life and they try to defer that money to pay for the wall. You know what he's going to do? He's going to start that fucking wall. I love that he said now they're not going to build the wall and make Mexico pay for it. They're going to start building the wall and then bill Mexico for it. Really? I can't wait till Trump dresses up in a waiter's uniform and places the check for the wall on the president of Mexico's table. Here you go, sir. Here's your tab. Because I get one of those for you. Mexico's dining and dashing on that fucking check. So he's going to build, you know what he's going to do? He's going to build one section of wall just to start it. Hey, construction has started. He's going to go smash a fucking champagne bottle on it. And he's going to fucking spit in the face of 5 Mexicans. And he's going to get on a plane and get the fuck out of there. And they're going to start construction on it. And periodically they'll look in at it. And after a month, they're going to stop construction on it because Mexico won't pay. And it will stay there like his fucking Stonehenge until the end of his fucking term. And you know what? If anything, whoever comes in next should put a fucking plaque on it and just call it Trump's Folly. That's what they should fucking call it. When there's one section of fucking wall in Arizona, and honestly, they should just put velvet ropes on either side and let the Mexicans hop over that. You know what? He's going to build such a small section of wall, he should put ropes on the other side so Mexicans can just climb it like fucking American gladiators and hop over. Make it one of those marine fucking walls that those guys go through with their obstacle fucking course, where they climb up and roll the fuck over. See how many Mexicans run off like John Candy into the fucking desert, just yelling for no fucking reason. Fuck you, man. So if you got bullshit, fine, keep your bullshit, but don't expect me to believe your bullshit. And I'm so disappointed so many people believe the bullshit. And look, I heard from a lot of you, and a lot of you got your points, and a lot of you fucking voted for Trump. Am I spitting on you?
No, my eyes.
Oh, okay, you were covering your face. But I mean, a lot of you people, I get it. You're upset, you're angry, you made your vote, and I've written a lot of you. I've answered all of your emails. You know, I even the people who are like, fuck you, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Even the people who are like, oh, I'm supposed to listen to you, you're a fucking, you know, failure or whatever. Look, I got a few of those, and good for you, man. That's fine. But you know what? You're the one listening to me. I'm not the one listening to you.
Oh, hello.
Well, just for the vitriolic people. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
If people wrote me and they were upset about what I said, I tried to explain myself in a professional manner, and also because I consider these people my friends. Yeah, all of you out there, I consider my friends. So I owe you an explanation. If you tell me how you feel, I will tell you how I feel. Not as an explanation to go, boo-hoo, I'm sorry, or I'm sorry I offended you. No, I disagree with you strongly, but I disagree with you strongly. That's fine.
Hysterically returning email.
I wrote that to somebody. I said, you know what? I go, I'm actually returning. I said it to Mex too. I go, he's like, what have you heard? I go, well, I'm actually returning emails in a timely fashion. Because this is not, because honestly, I don't know how long he's going to last. Either someone's going to put a bullet in his head or he's going to quit because he realizes he has to sleep in the White House every night. And then answering this thing in March is going to be like, people are going to be like, what's this about? I don't even remember writing this note. So that fucking guy walked away from me in the bedhouse and he's just like, yeah, man, whatever. Whatever. Fuck you. It's your job, man. Get over here and sell me, motherfucker. Don't walk away with whatever. In Boiler Room, they would have fucking killed you. Giovanni Ribisi would have beat the fuck out of you. Ben Affleck would have put your head in the toilet until you said, sorry, sir, and then you made a cold call everybody and fucking until you made one sale. Believe me, I worked in sales. I sold light bulbs. I sold children's books. I was fucking awful at it. So I would resent when that guy comes up to me and he's like, drops a whatever bomb on me. What, do you own the fucking joint? What are you, Bob Mattress? The fuck out of here, Joe Bed. Fucking sell me something. Walk up and be a fucking man and try to convince me, win me, swing me, do something. But don't fucking walk away with whatever. And look, I recognize the irony in being angry about bullshit and not upset and being upset this guy didn't bullshit me. But I don't care. Cater to me, motherfucker. I'm the customer. I'm the talent. I'm the guy.
No, there comes a point where we don't have to anymore. There comes a point where if I know you don't want to buy this, I'm not going to continue to try to sell you something.
I did not want to buy it. I told him I would come back. I said I wanted to go look at one other place. Who fucking cares?
You haven't bought a bed yet.
You're right. I'm wrong.
You really want to buy one?
Well, you know what? If that guy hadn't been shitty to me, maybe I'd go back and fucking look at it for $7. Maybe I would. Fuck that guy and fuck that place, and I hope it burns down with him in it.
Wow, you just became Yelp.
The only thing I hope he does is he fucking, I hope the whole place burns down, but he lies under that flame retardant cum-covered mattress and saves himself. And then, as the firemen come, I hope he walks up and he goes, hey, I'll give you this to you for $400 now. It survived fire. Very good mattress. Fuck you. Whatever. So the third fucking joint I go in to look for a bed. I walk in, and that guy has a Nerf football, and he throws it to me, and I'm like, we're friends. I love this man. I will buy whatever he has. So I walk around, and I sleep on some beds. Sure, I'm being honest.
What the fuck is wrong in your head?
'Cause I'm-
That you're doing the angriest podcast because I was like, dude, I am here for you.
Because I'm Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters.
Dude,
When I
I'm
walked
here
into the
for
bed
you.
store,
Fuck all of this.
don't care. When I go into a fucking bed store, and that dude threw me the Nerf football, he likes me. That guy's my friend. I'll talk to him. We can go ahead and look at a bed.
I'm your friend, and you're angry at me.
I'm angry at
for
everything.
Shit.
But Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters, like fucking Ramis and Murray are walking around. They're like, yeah, man, this building is substandard. The wiring is bullshit. He sees a pole. He slides down and says, we should sleep here tonight and get some Chinese food. This will be awesome. And he's like, I guess we'll take it. It's like, yeah. So when that dude threw me a Nerf football, that's who I was. I was Aykroyd in Ghostbusters. I'm like, oh, I'll take all your beds. I'll stack them all up on top of one another like a fucking princess. It'll be genius. So I walked into this joint. And again, this is when I was still flush with terrorist cash. So I'm looking at fucking mattresses.
Awful.
Everything's there, and I want to lay on it, so I'm laying on stuff, and they had these, like, softy pillows. They had these pillows that when you laid on them and you sat up, your face was impressed in there, like Freddy Krueger coming through the wall in Nightmare on Elm Street when the crucifix fell off. You ever see that?
Yes.
Yeah, when he leans through and it's fucking hands and face. Yeah, my face was totally in the pillow. I'm like, dude, that is awesome. It's like you could make out with yourself at night. It's fucking genius. Like memory foam. So you put your face in it and you make a replica of yourself.
God, imagine if you put your dick in there.
Dude, no, even better. What if you fucking like pressed your face and your hands in there and you're like you left it there for just like a minute, then you stood up and you just fucking jerked off shot in your own memory foam
Oh my
face.
God.
Then I could actually kneel, open my mouth, swallow, and smile at myself.
Oh my God.
Fuck yeah. You're goddamn right. Line up, motherfuckers. Everybody gets a fucking white beard courtesy of the talent. Let's do this.
Oh my God.
Fucking goo neck for everybody. And me. Memory foam me. Memory foam me. Put me on a fucking table. There I am, like a fucking face with the hands, and boom, there we go. Pop shot. Adios. Move down the line. Who's next? Who's next to get fucking hosed down? God damn it. I just come, you know what? That's it. I just come running into town like Bill the Butcher and his fire crew in Gangs of New York on a fucking horse-drawn fire carriage, and I just get off and just fucking shoot in everybody's face and then axe their fucking door. I chop their door down with an axe, blast in their face, kick, 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 and just get the fuck out of there. There you go. Enjoy that. You don't even know what the fuck hit you. Everybody, pearl necklaces for all. Take them. Dude, did we just get attacked by 100 oysters? I don't think so.
Oh my God.
Dude, your neck is shiny. Yeah, it is. Honey, why does your face look like that? I don't know, but I'm going to rub it in and hope it fixes my skin. Fuck yeah. Line up. Everybody's getting it. So I go to the third bed joint. The guy throws me a football, and we're best friends. I'm like, this guy is the greatest of all time. So I look around, and I'm looking at the beds, and he's got the Sealy Silver Hybrid, which I loved, $1,600 mattress. And I'm like, man, I want this thing. And so I say to him, I go, you know what? I go, actually, this is what I want. I go, I'm done. I go, this is the bed I've wanted. He goes, well, take a look around. We got these other ones too. And I go, dude, I'll look because you're encouraging me to look, but I'm telling you right now, this is what I want. He goes, great. But I mean, I'm just telling you, he goes, try out pillows, try out whatever you want, figure it out. I want you to be happy. I want you to be sure that you've got the right one. You know, we don't need you coming back and saying that's not, because again, you know, have you checked your sleep style? Do you know how you sleep at night? You know, and also your frame, all that stuff. I go, yeah, I'm a fat guy who sleeps on his side with my knee in the air. Like literally, like, you know, the fucking, I sleep in a 4. I'm a 4 when I sleep. You sleep on your side with your knee up and your foot basically on your other knee. So your leg is up. So I'm a 4 in the middle of the night. Or I have my leg thrown over Jill's hips. So I'm always on my side, basically. I don't sleep on my back. That's just the thing, because when I was really fat, I couldn't, because my fucking crushing weight of my neck fat would throttle me in my sleep. And I was like being strangled slowly, so I couldn't fucking breathe. Sometimes I sleep on my stomach, which I don't mind either. So I'm a stomach or a side guy. I'm not a back guy. I can't sleep on my back. So I told him all that, and he was bored, but it doesn't matter. We're playing catch. And so I look at all the fucking mattresses. Everything's fine. And I go, dude, I want the Sealy Silver thing. I want it. It's great. And he's like, okay. He goes, well, the thing is, I don't have any of those right now. What do you do? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Seriously, what do you mean? And he's like, we don't have any more of those in stock. I can get them. I won't have them for a week. And again, I got Kuwaiti cash burning a hole in my fucking pocket. I got other stuff I got to do, but what I really wanted was a fucking bed. And what I really, really wanted was a bed in my house, because at the time I was dating Jill, and Jill was coming over like 2 days later, and I wanted to have a bed in place for her when she came to my house, so she didn't have to sleep like a fucking question mark on a goddamn chair with half of her on my lap, half of her hanging off, and waking up in the morning. And even though she would say, I love you, this is not a problem for me, I love you, I'm happy with it, it didn't matter. I would try to explain to her. It was a fight again we would always have. She would be like, I'm okay, I can sleep on the floor here. And I'm like, you don't understand, I'm not okay with that. When you met me and you came here, I didn't have a fucking bed, and you slept on the fucking floor the first night you were here. We had to sleep separately. We had to sleep apart. Then you tried sleeping in the chair with me, which is fucking awesome. And I love it, because you're all smashed up against me. But fuck, dude. Then you wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah, hi, this is pretty great. Is my neck supposed to be at a 45-degree angle? Because this looks fucking weird, right? Because then I'm just fucking an isosceles triangle. And that's no fun for fucking anybody. Now, and again, we had no problem fucking in the chair. That was fine. You're like, she did this and did that, and fucking it was amazing. But at the same fucking time, it's the sleeping part that's a problem. I mean, I could fuck, we could fuck anywhere. It was literally standing up in a shower in Redondo Beach, or sitting in my fucking chair in Valley Village. It's fine. Hey, here's my address, by the way. What a fucking idiot. That was perfect. The cars, I didn't care. But the sleeping part was the problem. So I always, and this is truthful, when I first started dating Jill, she had trouble sleeping. She would have nightmares, really bad nightmares, and she would shake in her sleep. And sometimes she would shake herself awake. Like, she would sleep 20 minutes and then she'd start, I called it her sleep dance. She almost like a puppet on strings. Like, her shoulders would jerk and her legs, and she would wake up, and then she'd drift back to sleep, and then she'd wake herself up. And once I started coming to her house and I started sleeping with her, more often, because I would be there, a week or whatever, it stopped. It stopped after like a month of me coming there and staying with her. And we slept at different schedules, because she had to be up at fucking 2:30 in the morning to go to work. So, I would go to bed with her at 8 at night, but I mean, I would just lay there either with the TV on or just like holding her, because that's what I wanted to do. And she would try to sleep, and initially she needed the TV on to try to get some sleep, and then she would wake up, all these different things. But then she started to sleep with the TV up, because A, she knew it bothered me. I didn't like the fucking having the TV on to sleep, but I liked noise. I'd have a fan on, so I'd have a fan on. But also, I felt that she fucking truly relaxed finally. And the first time I noticed it, seriously, and whatever, mock, you laugh, I don't give a fuck, but it's true. I teared up, laying next to her, holding her as close as I could, had her next to me, and locked her in my cage, and she didn't move at all. It was called locked in my cage because I would throw my leg over her hips and then put my arm around her waist and pull her as close to me as she possibly could, and she stopped shaking, and it made me, I teared up, because I felt like I was responsible. I know that's, again, part of my Messiah complex or whatever the fuck, but I felt that she finally had relaxed enough and felt in a safe enough place and space with me that the nightmares had gone away, and she could relax and be happy and be herself. And it overjoyed me. And so, because I'm fucking totally me, whenever she came to my house and had to sleep on the floor, I was miserable, because I felt like I wasn't doing my job of protecting her in her sleep to make her comfortable and keep the nightmares away. Yes, I'm a crazy person. Yes, I have issues where I want to take care of somebody, and I want to make sure that everything goes well, and because I don't want them to go away. That's truthfully at the bottom of it. I want to take care of them so they don't go away. I want to take care of Lily so she doesn't go away. Probably shouting at her all fucking day to day isn't helping. But at the same time, I'm comfortable enough in my relationship with her to know that this is going to work okay. Because we've had instances where I've walked away from Lily, just like I used to walk away from Jill all the fucking time. I walked out on the air once. Actually, we didn't do a show one week because I walked out of her house and she wouldn't let me back in it. If you remember, that was like year fucking 2, maybe? Year 3? Well, I did learn something. But I mean, no, because I remember that moment. No, here's the thing. I learn everything. Okay, this is what I'm trying to get over with Shannon. Every book I fucking read. I'm not a stupid person.
But why aren't you doing the work then?
That's right. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. I literally can't explain it. I'm trying very hard to find it. I'm trying, and look, and in doing so, in doing the work for that, I'm finding the root causes of a lot of other fucking dumb things that I do.
I disagree because I think you are doing the work. You're choosing not to in certain things. You're actively choosing to vote against your own self-interest.
Yes. Like I said, when we will talk, she'll be like, why is that? And she goes, well, she'll say, people adore you. People, they respect you and you're good at what you do. Why don't you do these things for you? And I go, well, fuck me. I got to fix this other thing. And she's like, why? Don't you realize that if you fix you, all that other stuff might get fixed? Or you'll realize that maybe that stuff isn't as important as you think it is and you shouldn't have to worry about fixing it? Yes, okay, great. Haha, you and her are friends. But.
No, she and I aren't friends. She and I both have come to the conclusion of we're responsible for our lives and we got to fix it.
Yeah, I know that. I just got to fix it. Look, how many times have I fucking said on this show, even from the beginning, I know what I got to do. I just got to do it. I know what I got to do. Yes, exactly.
But I will tell you this. I have seen you make those changes. I have seen you change from the person I met in 2004 at the scary election?
3, 4, yeah.
2004, because it was the election. I have seen the changes in you. I have seen the growth and the amazing Mike turn into the fucking incredible Mike.
Well, sometimes, yeah. And then sometimes I go back to being the guy that I was 30 years ago.
Choose to shoot yourself in your foot.
Well, yes, and that's what I need to realize is why the fuck am I doing that? So.
Or, hear me out. You can, instead of trying to figure out where to put the blame and what the thing is, just do it.
Yes, but I am a puzzle solver, if nothing else. So I wonder why.
Okay.
I always want to know why. It's the dumbest thing in the world. It's foolish. And all it is a way to distract yourself from fixing the actual problem because then you can ponder everything. Yes, I'm not dumb. I know these things.
But as I put you to this conclusion, and again, we wouldn't have had this amazing show if you hadn't gotten anything.
I would. Amazing is not a word I would use. Believe me, nobody else is listening at this point. So luckily they didn't hear you lie about that. Fuck that. Very little.
But the point is, it's when you're standing on the cliff and you're getting ready to take that step, you have the choice to step forward or step backward every goddamn time. And you don't have to say, why should I step backward? You simply have to go, hey, you know what would be really good that would solve problems in my life? Stepping backward this time.
Right.
I've watched you not punch a car. I've watched you not get into fights.
See, but that's a weird statement because I'll be honest with you, because literally every time you see me and I'm not punching a car, you're watching me not punch a car, technically.
You know what I mean.
Well, you mean you've seen me upset at somebody and then not follow through in the way that I normally would have.
I've seen you step away.
Yes.
There are certain things you have a real problem stepping away from, and you have literally said to me the words of, I don't know why I'm doing this. I know it's bad for me.
Well, yeah.
Well, that isn't the question. That isn't even the statement. The statement should be, I'm not going to do this. It's bad for me.
Right, of course. Yes.
I'm going to go, I have a bed now. Yay. Not, I'm mad that I have a hobo bed.
Well, I don't have a bed yet. No, I'm excited. But I'm being honest with you. All right, look, I'm just being honest because the whole fucking point of that, well, I'll get to that in a second. But the whole point of the beginning of this was Gil Martin then texted me, and he's like, I really wanted to get rid of it sooner. And I in my mind, I immediately went to the place of, holy fuck, I've offended my friend. He offered me a free cool thing, and I said no, and now he's going to be mad at me that I didn't take it, and I tried to put him off. And that was my initial reaction. So I wanted to type, hey man, I'm really sorry. It was a great offer, and thank you so much. Because I'm in fear that I will never get the offer again, or he will never talk to me again, or he'll walk away. I know it's crazy. I know it's wrong. So I thought about it in the moment, and all I typed was, you know what then, man? You can just go ahead and let it go. I said, because it's not fair for me to make you wait 2 weeks with something you want to get rid of, and I really don't have a specific date. But thanks so much for thinking of me. That's what I wrote. I didn't pile on with the Jesus, I'm sorry, or oh my God, you really wanted it.
Gave up a love seat leather couch that reclines because you didn't want to have the...
Because I couldn't get it for 2 weeks, and he wants to get rid of it now.
You could have rented a truck and called a couple people and said, hey, can you help me move this?
Well, I can't call anybody. You act like I could. Believe me, I have plenty of experience of calling people and getting told no, so fuck it. I'm not to call them again.
There in a heartbeat, and I probably could have found another friend, too.
Great. Well, then maybe I'll need you when Mike gives me the chair in the bed, if that fucking happens. I figured you would be. But my point is, I didn't want to, and again, but also, again, all the stuff I said earlier about well, fuck you, dude, you need a new carpet. Why the fuck are you getting all this hobo mismatching furniture? I don't want these things. I want them because I kind of need them, but I don't want them. I want my own things. I want my own stuff.
Is it a gorgeous couch?
What he's offering?
Beautiful leather?
It's a beautiful leather double recliner. And look, I don't know if it's beautiful. Gilmartin's got dogs. So literally, that was another fear of mine. Am I going to show up and it's going to smell like fucking the two whatever fucking dogs that he had? And then I'm committed. I'm pot committed at that fucking point. Here, let me take your fucking dog house to my house, the leather dog house, and put it in my fucking... Again, and I don't know if that's true. It could have been the same, but it doesn't matter. The point is, the overwhelming thing is, thank you, I want that. It would be totally cool. But also then I go, man, I'm fucking 50. I'm fucking tired of taking everybody's fucking handouts. And it's my own fucking fault that I put myself in this position. And look, I get it. You people are bored of this and you don't want to fucking hear it and you want me to cry about it. And I fucking understand, okay? But I'm being honest. That's the truth. So that's one of the reasons why I turned it down. Because and also because I didn't want to rent a truck early and go get it and fucking bring it and the hassle. I don't like the hassle. I'm trying to figure out that about myself, but it's true. I didn't want to go get a truck to get one thing and then bring it over and have to carry it in my house and bring the truck back and then come back home. Because then again, you need to ride here, you need to ride there, you need this, you need that, you need all these different fucking things. It's a bunch of fucking hassle for some free bullshit that I kind of don't even really want. I wanted it. I wanted it in my house. It's leather and it's a double recliner and it's pretty neat. But at the same fucking time, then my house is just going to be fucking, you know who I am? I'm the Maxell tape dude. I got one double leather recliner and a fucking TV and I'm slumped in it with fucking looking like Bob Welch with sunglasses on and a glass of wine falling off a table. The usual, sir. And the guy puts the tape in and blows his fucking hair away. Fine. I don't want to be that dude. I don't want to be me. I don't. I don't want to be a 50-year-old man who fucking failed and missed it. I don't. It's true. So I'm trying to do whatever the fuck I can to fucking snap the fuck out of it, but that's not even right because I'm not trying to do whatever the fuck I can to snap the fuck out of it. I'm just drifting. I'm drifting. And that's fine, man. You guys are listening. I'm sorry to dump all this shit on you, and I don't mean to. I know our country's in turmoil and everybody else is worried about everything else. You know what? Wear safety pins for me, motherfuckers. Fuck this country. Wear safety pins for me. We need some fucking weird-ass symbol everybody can wear to fucking show solidarity with me. Because this entire audience right now, especially after this show, they're looking to Brexit the fuck away from me and leave me fucking sitting here alone. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's fucking hilarious that a guy with abandonment issues is doing everything he can to drive everybody the fuck away by doing a shitty fucking show like this. It's terrible.
No, that's exactly what a guy with abandonment issues does.
Right. Sabotages everything by doing a fucking...
psychiatrist.
Right. So I'm doing a fucking show like this where I piss off everybody and I fucking bitch and I moan and I cry and everybody fucking bails. Whatever.
Wow, you internalize weird stuff.
I'm going to text everybody and apologize. So I go into this fucking dude's place. I try out all the beds. But I'm being honest about the pole thing, man. I don't want a hand-me-down fucking thing. I want to buy a fucking bed that's mine with my money that I bought. That's mine. So I fucking go into this bed place and I say, I want this bed. He's like, I can't deliver it for a week. And honestly, that's a death blow. I don't want to wait a week. I want it now. I'm Veruca fucking Salt. Give me this fucking bed, motherfucker. But I want it now. I want a golden ticket. I want a goose that lays golden eggs or whatever the fuck it was.
Yep.
What do you get when you're 50 years old? Not doing anything that you have been told. All right. So, fuck. So he tells me he can't deliver the bed for a week. And I'm pissed at that point. I'm like, man, fuck. Because I want it. I want it now. Fuck, I want it. We were playing catch, man. Where's my bed? So he's like, man, I can't. I wish I could. I really want to, but it's at the warehouse. We're getting them in soon. And I said, all right, well, I'll tell you what. I go, let's take care of it. I'll buy it. And when it comes in, we'll ship it and do all that kind of stuff. He's like, okay, great. So he takes my card and he goes to run the transaction. And it was like $1,700. So as I'm sitting there talking to him in my head, I go, you know what? The only reason you're buying this is because you want it now. Oh. No, Lily, truthfully, the only reason I was buying from this guy is because I wanted it now. If I have to wait a week, why don't I just buy it from Amazon using my Amazon link and saving another fucking $300 on it? because I'll just get that in a kickback with fucking using the link. Or 200 or 100 or whatever the fuck. But if I can save another penny, it's perfect. So I said to the dude, I go, yeah. So he runs the transaction, and I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden this heavy buyer's remorse comes in, where I'm like, fuck, because I wanted it for Jill. I wanted to go surprise in the next 2 days.
So you didn't buy it for you?
Well, no, it was absolutely for me, but I wanted to say, look what I did. That's truthful. I wanted to be like,
buy something for you to say, look what I did.
but I bought it for me to sleep in. It was fucking gorgeous. I slept on it. It was fucking awesome. I'm tossing, I'm turning, I'm moving. I have memory foam. I got all sorts of bullshit happening. It was great. It was fucking perfect. It was for me. But also, I wanted it in 2 days, so when Jill came, she could be like, oh my God, that's so great. Because I'm a child who wants the approval. I'm a child who made her my mom. I'm a child who wanted to go, see, I did a good thing. I got a bed for us. Isn't that awesome? That's what I wanted to be. That's what I wanted to do. I'm being honest. So he's running my card, and then he comes to me and he just goes, hey man, as I'm thinking about, because I'm like, I should have got it from Amazon. What the fuck am I doing? I could go ahead and figure it out. Well, maybe there's a way to get around this, but no, fuck, he's got the card already. Dude, just fucking relax. You're going to get it in a week, and you can't fucking show Jill it, but you're going to tell her about it. It's going to be amazing. At least that'll be kind of a reveal, and it'll be fun. And he comes back to me and he goes, hey man, your card isn't going through. I said, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, it won't take the transaction. I go, that's bullshit. I pulled up the app and I showed him I had fucking terrorist money flushing my fucking account. I go, dude, fuck that. And he's just like, oh. He goes, well, I don't know what to tell you. I go, well, I'll call Citibank. So I call Citibank, and I get him on the phone, and they're like, well, yeah, I know you have the funds. We're seeing right here that there was like an $1,800, $1,750 or whatever dollar transaction. He goes, but for some reason, yeah, it was declined. He goes, if you want to do it again, we can just tell him to go ahead and run it again. And I took that as a sign. I took it as a sign from the mattress gods to say, you know, dude, Amazon Link's the way to go here. This is the move. If you got to wait, why not just fucking go ahead and make the kickback? And let me tell you something. Yes, I realize this exposes me as much worse than the guy across the street who said whatever, because I had told this guy he had made a $1,700 sale, and now I'm going to walk out of his place without buying a fucking thing. But in my head, I was like, well, I'll save the money at Amazon, and I talked myself into it, and I went, you know what, dude? I go, Citibank, yeah, for some reason, there's some weird thing with the transfer of my terrorist money from overseas, so it's not fucking in the account yet. So I have to come back in like 2 days and knock it down. And he goes, great. He goes, whatever you got to do. He goes, perfect. He goes, I won't have it for a week yet, but we'll deliver it right to you, and that's fine. I shook his hand, played catch a couple of more times, did a couple of fists to the stomach. Ha ha, pals forever, buddies. And we left. I left, I should say. I'm alone. So I walk out, and I'm just like, fuck. All right, well, now I can order it on Amazon. I got to look it up and see how much it is there, but that's no problem. It should be fine. But the best part is going to be, and Jill is here in 2 days. I'm going to bring her in to fucking lay on it. It's going to be amazing. So Jill came to town, and I was like, hey, we got a surprise thing we're going to do today. And she's like, all right, well, because again, this is her for surprises. What is it? I'm like, well, it's a surprise. And she's like, yeah, I mean, well, but like, what is it? Because she's not a surprise person. I can't imagine how terrifying the birthday party must have been when she was 8, that her fucking surprises are that bad.
Why do you have to give her a surprise for you when she?
Because I'm a dumb fuck. Because I'm a dumb fuck.
Okay.
Okay? Yes. I'm trying to learn. I understand now that she doesn't like surprises. I've known it from the jump. I knew it when I showed up on Memorial Day, and she looked at me and goes, hey. And I go, I just flew into town, like, for a surprise. Hi. Hey. Yeah. No, my kids told me you were here. What? Yeah, they saw you at the house. So, hi. What's up? What do you mean, what's up? I'm here to see you. I flew into town as a surprise. Love you. Hi. Oh, okay. I mean, just because she's not a surprise person. It's not her fucking thing, but I am a surprise person. So I was like, you got to meet me halfway on the surprise thing. And the answer was no. So, all right, well, good. She tried. I mean, certainly she fucking tried. Anyway, so I'm like, I can't. So I'm like, we got to stop. We got to make. And she's like, all right, cool. So we go to the joint. We go to the bed place. We walk in. The guy's like, hey, ha, ha. He doesn't have his fucking Nerf. Oh, no, I apologize. We walk in. There's a different guy. The guy goes, hi, can I help you? I said, yeah, I'm looking for Roy, whatever the fuck his name was. It's not Roy. This guy's young. Trent. And he's like, yeah, no, he's busy, man. Can I help you? And I said, well, no, I talked to him the other day. He knows what's up. And he goes, all right, well, just tell me what it is. And I go, well, I'm here to talk to him about a mattress. I'm going to look at it. And he's just like, oh. And meanwhile, Jill, I take her over and we sit on the mattress. I go, lay down. I go, you like this? She goes, yeah. I go, this is our bed. She goes, what? Oh yeah, I'm buying this bed. This is our bed. Oh. I said, well, you don't like it? She goes, no, it's fine. And I mean, at that moment, I didn't want the bed anymore. I literally at that moment, because again, I wanted her to go, oh my God, that's amazing, and throw her arms around my neck and go, this is the best. I'm so happy. You bought a bed for us because you're a man and you take care of me and you want to make sure that I'm taken care of by getting a bed in the house and making me happy because you look out for me like a hunter-gatherer person and you're totally doing everything you can for me. But when she just went, oh yeah, no, it's nice. I went, I don't want this. I don't want beds. I don't want sleep. I don't want anything ever again. I want to walk into the ocean and never come back. Seriously. I want to get naked on the beach and fucking put my wedding ring on a goddamn lifeguard tower and swim into the surf like Bruce Dern and coming home and never fucking come back. Because I wanted to be overjoyed. I wanted to be overwhelmed with, oh my God, that's so cool that you thought about this and this surprises me and it's so great that you got us a bed and it's so fucking cool. And instead I got, oh, this is cool. Yeah, no, it's nice. And look, we all know me. She might have said, no, this is nice, honey. But I all I heard was, oh, okay. And I was like, no, this is going to be our bed. And she's like, oh. And look, I'll be honest with you. I think part of it, this is my speculation, my assumption, because look, I make assumptions. It's one of my 4 agreements that I shouldn't, but why not jump fucking feet first into one? I think maybe she was upset that I didn't give her a say in helping pick out our bed, our West Coast bed. That's my guess. That was what I thought, because I always think. Because then Jill would always tell me, you make up all this shit in your head and none of it is fucking true. And I'd go, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Why are you so angry? And she's like, I'm not angry at all. See, you're making that up now. I'm not making up anything. Oh my God. Why am I under attack? So fucking, yeah. I literally, and it was so funny. The guy, when that guy was like, yeah, he's not here. Can I help you? So after Jill laid down, he was all business. And like, I wanted to walk out because he was a businessman. Like he didn't throw me a Nerf football. He didn't pretend to be my friend. I wanted to get the fuck out. Yes, I'm weird. Yes, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. I'm trying to fix this part of me, but fuck, I can't. So that dude went back, and then finally he went and got Trent, and Trent comes out, ha ha, buddy. We did our special secret handshake we created the last time I was there. And then he got on my shoulders and we chicken fighted some people that were walking around on the Ventura Boulevard because we're best friends, man. We're totally cool with each other. And he got out his phone and he's like, bro, check us out, bro. And I'm like, bro, look at that, bro. Look at that stuff in your phone, bro. And we were just bros, man. We were bed buying bros. So that's the name of the show, by the way. Write it down, Bed Buying Bros. Because you never write the names of the show down anymore, and then I got to listen.
I think it should just be Bed Bugs Bros. I don't have a thing. I'll mail it to you right now.
Just remember possible names. Actually, this should be just called Don't Listen to This One. That's the name of the show. Don't listen to this one.
Bed Buying Bros.
Fuck it, no. Don't even do this. Now, because again, now I'm doing that job for you. Like, you didn't even want to pay attention. Earlier, this whole fucking thing started because you don't pay attention anymore, and now you're not even writing names of shows down. Am I wrong? See, folks? This is what I'm dealing with.
Got everything in the show right now.
Bullshit. I'm right about everything.
Therapist.
God damn it. I'm right about everything. But yeah, but like last week, like the last few weeks, you didn't even have a legal pad and thing. I know you have one eye.
I have a legal pad. You have the legal pads. Bring them. Be an adult.
I want to take a photo of this fucking house and just go, like, folks, do you think she doesn't have a legal pad in this gigantic house? Are you kidding me? How do you not have a legal pad? You got 10 rooms. And look,
because I'm not the one that uses legal pads. I have never brought a legal pad to your house. They've all been yours.
You don't care about the show. You don't care about the show.
I
if you
care
did,
about the show, and I care about you. And
if you did in the beginning, you would have said.
Issues here.
If you did in the beginning, you would have said, "Hey, Mike, do you got a legal pad and a fucking marker so I can go ahead and keep track of stuff?" Because I'm the producer. Remember when I was the producer of the show? It was awesome. Now I'm just the girl who sits here, who doesn't like you anymore.
Wow, there's a lot of us.
Well, none of that is true. We know none of that is true. I'm being silly, and it's hyperbole for the show itself.
Oh my God, that should be the name of the show. It's hyperbole for the show.
I love you, and you love me, and we're a happy family. All right, everybody knows that. There's a purple dude in here somewhere. So
I love that everyone refers to us as mom and dad instead of brother and sister.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll take mom and dad. I don't care. Well, I'll tell you, this is the week where they're like, I don't want to listen to mom. This is the week they move out. This is the week everybody moves out, man. Nobody's like, I can't listen to mom and dad anymore.
Like when mom and dad are fighting.
Yeah.
That is a weird analogy here.
Last week was a bunch of shit about the fucking country. Now this week it's just a bunch of nonsense. People are out.
Move out of the basement anyway.
Stand
on your own 2 feet. Buy a bed.
See? That's the message that I should have, and that's why I don't want these things.
What I don't understand about all of this, okay? You wanted to buy a bed for you.
Yes.
Then it became you wanted to buy a bed to surprise Jill. Then it became Jill wasn't surprised, so you didn't want to buy a bed.
All of those things are in...
Stop. Do you know what the one common denominator is in this? I should do something good for me. Somebody else didn't reinforce my happiness. Fuck me.
So? What, you think you're fucking better than me? You think you just discovered some shit?
That you're having.
Yes.
You shot yourself in the foot by not buying a bed when you were flush with the money.
Yes. I'm aware of that.
Because you were angry that someone didn't live up to an expectation that made you feel loved. Love yourself and buy a fucking bed.
Well, I wanted it in the moment, and I couldn't get it in the moment, and that's that part of me that's like, I'm a baby. I want stuff immediate gratification.
You can justify why you didn't buy it. But
Hey, look, I'm not saying it's right. It doesn't.
You basically went, I'm not good enough to own a bed anyway. See, this proved it.
Yeah, I don't know if any of that is true, but our
therapy time is up.
I don't think we are. We actually are at an hour. Sadly enough, I've gone 10 minutes over if this was a Shannon session.
I'm sorry, I have someone else waiting.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I have the 37-year-old, not necessarily a boy, coming in now.
All right. Well, good. I'll sit in the wings and listen to that fucking nonsense. but I'm being truthful. I didn't get the oh my God, you're a good boy. I love this bed. And so I literally lost all like kind of juice for it. And then I went to him. I went to Trent, and this is totally true. I go, hey, come here with me. I went in the back and I go, because Jill was still laying in the bed, and Jill, she's wearing a skirt, so she lays on the bed and she rolls over and like her skirt comes up and she's wearing a G-string, and I just was like, all right, we got to just close the doors and fucking christen this bed right the fuck now. But then she didn't like it, so I'm like, well, we can't christen this bed. But I would have christened every other bed in the goddamn place. Anyway, I took Trent aside and I brought him in the back and I go, hey, look, so this was my plan, and I like this bed a lot, but it turns out that possibly my girlfriend is not a fan of it. And he's like, oh. He goes, so what do you think? And I go, well, I'm going to work on her a little bit and see what she thinks, and maybe we'll go that route. But also, this is my out for Amazon. I'm still going to buy it on Amazon. But I made it like, yeah, my girlfriend's not a fan, and so it gave me an easy out to walk out the door. And he's like, dude, I totally understand. Whatever you need. He goes, but we're here. He goes, we're open all the time. If it doesn't work out, come and get it. Or if something, if she decides to turn her, and I go, great, man, thank you. I appreciate it very much. We walk out, and she looks at me, and she goes, did you blame me for this? I go, what do you mean? She goes, did you blame me? Like, are we leaving because, and I went, well, I mean, sort of. I mean, it was a way, because we're still going to buy it on Amazon, so it was a way for me to get out the door. She goes, so you told him that I didn't want it, and that was why we were leaving? Like, that's like such, because, and again, it was a 1970s husband thing to do. It was the dumbest fucking thing, but it got me out the fucking door. I mean, because I had already made a deal, and I already tried to fucking buy the thing, and there were so many omens against it, where it was like it was turned down, and Citibank and all this other bullshit, and I was like, and then, but also she didn't like it enough. And I know that sounds fucking crazy, but that's how I felt inside me. I was like, she doesn't like this enough, so why would I do it? So we'll go find one together, or we won't, or whatever the fuck. And then cut to now, and I'm getting hobo beds because of my paralysis and my need to be loved and my need to be liked and what I chose to do and what I decided to make important rather than the thing that I needed to do. I wanted to pay my taxes. I wanted to get glasses. I wanted to get a bed. That was the list, literally, with Kuwait, and to pay off a giant bill. Well, I paid off the giant bill, but I didn't get any of the stuff for me. I paid the thing I needed to pay. So at the root of me not wanting these things from these guys is again shame that I even need these things from these guys. Rather than live in the moment and move forward and say, all right, well, this is cool. This is the situation. This is what needs to be done. Instead, I go, well, you're a 50-year-old failure, and you're getting handouts from people to stay alive, and you drive for a living and you're a cab driver. You can shake your head all you fucking want. I'm being honest. I'm not saying that this is great. I'm not saying it's the best way to feel, but when it's dark and it's quiet and you find yourself sitting there, you go, fuck, this is who I am. This is what's happened. And every week I have this conversation with Shannon, and she says, you have a very successful show and everybody wants you to come to their town and do stand-up, and I'm like, yeah, but not really. I mean, they do, but they, and she's like, what do you mean not really? You told me that people, and I go, yeah, but that was in 2011. Like, nobody now wants me to fucking do that stuff. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, the heyday of it, like the peak of it was back then. And then now I'm trying to do the best that I can, but my life has become small because of the driving. Because you're doing all this yourself. Like, you've made this happen. She's not as exasperated as I sound.
I would be.
But she keeps sending me links for books and people and TED Talks and all this different shit to see and referring me to. And I look at them and I read them and I want them to work and I want them to be good. But again, you don't. But again, it embarrasses me that I have to have the fucking conversation periodically on here and also with her every week and with you.
I don't think it does embarrass you. I think it reinforces it for you.
That I'm a dumb fuck?
Yes, I think that by telling this story and being embarrassed, it reinforces the fact that you think you're a dumb fuck because you've had to tell this story and be embarrassed.
Well, that's fucking MC Escher thinking.
Well, again, people don't continue to drink knowing that it's bad for them unless they want to continue to be bad for themselves. So when you recognize the pattern and you recognize the problem, you can change that. But if you continually do things that make yourself feel bad and then tell people about how dumb fuck you are, then it reinforces that you're a dumb fuck. To you. Everybody else is like, this is fucking hysterical.
No, nobody thinks it's hysterical. They're like, I'm tired of listening to this and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
If that were true, people would not look at car accidents when they drove by.
What are you saying? Oh my God. Oh, that analogy. I see. That's all you wanted to do. You waited this entire time. You lie and wait just to drop the car accident analogy on my fucking head. Good for you. Thanks, man.
Look, if you want to continue to step off the cliff and fuck up your life and look back on it and go, wow, look what I did. That was not smart. And then tell a story about it. Great.
I don't. And then, you know what's funny, because that's another thing, is like, I've thought about the show and I'm like, well, you know, I tell stories and there were so many stories of that.
But when you were happy and with Jill, you wouldn't tell stories about Jill because you didn't want to make her look bad.
True.
Whether she was at fault or not is irrelevant. You simply did not want to make her look bad.
True.
But you have no problem making yourself look bad. Ha ha, look at me, I'm an idiot.
Well, that's kind of the slug line for the show.
Well,
Mike's an idiot.
But that doesn't mean you have to purposely do things.
Well, like I've said,
That
I want...
will happen, trust me.
Well, I don't want to purposely do things. I'm not
But you
purposely
are.
doing
But you are
things.
actively doing things.
Well, sometimes things happen that I wind up participating in that I may have generated myself, but I don't think I'm actively doing them.
That's like saying just because I voted for Trump doesn't mean that I voted for racism.
I
voted against Hillary. No, you didn't. You voted for Trump. You didn't pick other. You picked Trump.
I knew
You
you'd...
actively make the decision sometimes to step off the cliff.
I knew you would find a way to bring it back to that. But
Well, again, we are accountable for our actions.
of course we are.
You didn't buy the bed. Why didn't you buy it on Amazon? Or a different bed that Jill liked with you on Amazon?
Also, because in my head, I'm poor, and making that much of an investment, even though I had that kind of money, paying that big chunk of money to get a bed, it felt like I didn't deserve it.
Oh, so it comes back to you're not allowed to have good things, so you're going to continue to make bad choices to reinforce the fact that you're not allowed to have good things.
Probably.
So every time you make a decision, I'm literally just going to look and go, well, that's right, because you're a piece of shit. You should do that.
Yeah, I'm not a piece of shit. I don't want to be that.
Okay, then stop making bad choices that reinforce that you think you're a piece of crap.
Yes, understood. Okay, but I'm you're asking the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I still have the mentality of a poor guy. Like I said, I'll buy 4 bottles of shampoo to make sure when the apocalypse comes, I still have fucking shampoo.
I have
like
the mentality of a poor guy too, which is why that couch was given to me, and I rented a truck, and I went and picked it up and brought it here. That chair and table were given to me because I rented a truck and went and got them because I can't afford to go buy a new couch. I can't afford to go buy a new table. But that's a really beautiful couch and it's extremely comfortable, and I got it for the cost of a truck rental. The first bed my mom ever got, she paid $200 for on an ad for used furniture and had a truck from my brother go get it. When she died, she was still in that $200 bedroom set. They went for $12 million.
That's a horrible story.
It's a wonderful story because the bed was a good bed.
I'm actually mad you stepped on my punchline because you were going to say
sorry.
no, because you were going to say, my mom, she did it, and I was going to go, and now she's dead. But then you're like, when she died. I'm like, fuck, because I was waiting to say it.
But the point is, just because you got a piece of used furniture doesn't mean you're poor or a piece of shit.
Look,
It means you got a piece of used furniture.
all of this is just noise because all I can think now is that I'm in a room full of hobo furniture. Like I didn't realize that I was in.
I got these chairs for $10 each.
I didn't know I was broadcasting from a Goodwill store. I had no fucking idea. This is a nice house.
Used off the set of a TV show.
I'm well, great. So now the ghosts of.
Everything in here is fucking yeah.
Yeah, so like I talked about at IKEA, the ghosts of numerous asses are floating around, unknown asses, and they're just lurking in your fucking house because you paid $4 for this chair.
Eddie and I bought a brand new bed. We went together and we bought one. But we didn't buy a frame. We didn't buy a new dresser. We didn't buy it was simply, our bed is too small. It's a full. We need to be at a queen size or a king size bed. and we tried on 1,000, and it killed me to spend that money to buy a bed. I thought
See?
it was ridiculous spending $1,800. But I also knew that I was tired of my back hurting all the time.
Well, that's what I was tired of. I was tired of her coming to see me. Well, right now I can't because I'm cash poor, and I need to have. That's the thing is I needed to have the cash.
Take the bed from your friend and tell
I'm
him
going
you
to.
can.
I'm going
And be
to.
proud and
I tried to
happy
get.
that you have a bed.
Look, I tried to get fucking Casper Mattress to sponsor me and send me a goddamn mattress. They never answered. They sponsor every podcast on earth and give them free fucking beds.
That's because they're a ghost.
But they're supposed to be a friendly ghost.
No one there to respond.
But they're supposed to be a friendly ghost. Give me a bed. You're a friendly ghost.
Imagine the ghosts on that bed.
Oh, I'll take it. I don't care. Maybe it'll be Wendy.
But it's weird that you would take a free hobo bed from them, but not one from your friend.
Because that
who
comes in
was
a box.
handsome that slept on
He's a
it.
good-looking fella.
I
Don't
may
kid
come
yourself.
sleep on your bed.
Sure, right? See, I could make up the cost of the new bed by charging people $10 to sleep in the Seagull bed.
You could Airbnb your bed. Oh, come sleep where Seagull slept.
I like the alliteration in that. Come sleep where Seagull slept. So yeah, I know. I should have bought the bed. I didn't.
Who cares? You
But
have a bed
now that compounds the shame of getting a bed from a friend because I wanted to have my bed and
Why
not even
does
fucking
that
think about it.
compound the shame instead of just going,
Because nothing in this world is worth anything unless it compounds the shame. Don't you know that?
Oh my God! What is the interest on? What is the compound interest on a bed?
Well, I can tell you right now, there is no interest in this shame at all. People bailed at fucking minute 7 when they heard me screaming about whatever the fuck. I lost the religious people when I told everybody to line up communion style and I could come in their face, and everybody else just fucking bailed when they heard me yelling for no reason.
I don't think that's true.
Right now, people are at home and they're actually wringing my spit out of their ears because it actually came flying out of their earbuds as I ranted and yelled. But I'm being honest. Because Jill was not as happy, and this is another thing. She would be upset to hear that. Because she would think then that she was bad for me because I thought that
Why
way.
are you making any assumptions about what she thought? Why didn't you just say, "Would you rather we pick out a bed together?" Oh, I didn't think about that. That
Yes,
would be a
I
good
don't
idea,
know
too.
why you have this idea that people shouldn't speak in code. It's so much more interesting when they do. It's so much more beneficial. It makes the relationship.
You're a Facebook post conversation.
It makes the relationship so much more exciting when you're guessing what the other person's thinking all the fucking time. Oh my God, on both ends. And also I also recommend this highly. Tell each other what you want the other person to do, and then when they do that, wonder why they did it. That's really cool.
Well, yeah.
So this is a good time to mention this. We're recording on a Sunday because I'm going to Wisconsin this week because I'm going to visit Jill. I'm mentioning this now because it just in case we start putting up happy Facebook photos, you go, oh, look, they're happy again.
Just know they're lies.
Once you start seeing my lies permeate social media, then you'll go, oh, good. Mike's back to that comfortable place where he gets to lie about things being good. Truthfully,
That's not even funny.
no, it's not, but I don't give a fuck. I'm trying. You know what I mean? Fuck.
It's hysterical.
Sure.
But it's not funny.
So when you see us smiling and you just go, oh, that charade's happening again. But it's not really a charade. Look, man, I'll be honest with you. Okay. I went 6 weeks without talking to Jill. I was gone. I was pulled away, and I'm not going to get into reasons because she's got reasons. I got reasons. Everybody's got reasons. But 3 weeks ago, and I was in my house sick, and I'd lost my voice and I couldn't speak, and I was laying in a chair at the age of 50. I thought to myself, you know what? There's love out there somewhere that I let go. Is it love riddled with possible problems? Certainly. Is it love that maybe I didn't know too much about and maybe she didn't? I don't know. I don't want to speak for her, but I know that I approached things. Look, I didn't want to. I often said we never got a chance to be us because we're separate. We're so far away from one another that we would have to try to cram life into 4 days, and then we would go away from one another and then wonder what the other person was fucking doing, and it was a mess. But it wasn't a mess all the fucking time. So I remember, of course, as you get further out and you think and you go, wow, that was good. And that was pretty cool. And that was pretty fun. And you forget that other time when you tried to climb out a fucking window, when you tried to tear Venetian blinds off and climb out of a fucking window. You forget that. You don't think about that. You don't think about the 18 hours of silence one day. You certainly let all that stuff kind of run off your back because you go, you know what? Fuck. And actually it got to the point where, and this is truthful, I was in my Ubers and I'd wind up talking to people And like whenever and only if people wanted to talk. I didn't believe me. I wasn't that sad sack. I was like, hey, let me ask you about my girl. I mean, it wasn't that fucking stupid. But if people would talk about like their boyfriend or relationships, and I'd go, hey, I have a question for you. Here's a question. And I would say, is it better to live in the unknown as an old person? And I was always talking to young people, so it was always a weird thing. I go, you have to understand, at the age of 50, is it better to live in the unknown, or is it better to have happiness in your life that also comes with pockets of deep unhappiness? And they would say, well, I'm not sure about that because, I mean, I'm not old. And I would like, of course you're not old. That's why you're not talking about this kind of thing of an Uber. I'm going to go ahead and turn up this house music and shut the fuck up. But that's the questions I would ask myself because again, Jill and I never got to therapy. We never got to sit down and really address the things that I thought we needed to address because I was either running away or she was spending all the time not talking to me. So it was all that stuff. So I reached out. I fucking reached out. I was in my house for 6 days and having fever dreams about being fucking alone for the rest of my life and realizing that I had left somebody who I loved. And so I reached out to her to see if she would still be interested in possibly seeing me and going to therapy and making that happen and making that work. And she was like, I really would. Yeah, I'd like to do that, but we absolutely have to change things. We have to go to therapy, dude. You've got to fucking address this stuff. And I was like, well, all right, well, you've got to address this stuff probably. And it's a minefield as you go, well, you've got this and I've got that. And so I'm trying to learn a lot of I statements. I do this, I do that, not you did this and you did that. It's all that. And we're not even in therapy yet. And I will tell you, we're still talking after 2 weeks, which is good. That's a good sign. And I'm going there this week. We've been trying to find a therapist, but again, that's hard because she's there and I'm here. So we tried to find a therapist in fucking Wisconsin. I talked to this chick on the fucking phone. Some Bulgarian idiot calls me. And as I left a voicemail for her, because we're looking for a very specialized type of therapy without revealing too much.
Because she's a she or because she's a Bulgarian?
She was an idiot because she asked the wrong questions.
Okay.
I'll get to that. She basically recommended, here's what she recommended. Because I told her it was a long distance relationship and we were looking for a therapist. She goes, are you in therapy? I said, I am. She goes, what about your girlfriend? And I said, I think she is. She tells me she is. But I have not met her therapist or anything. I don't know her name. And she goes, well, I think you should take your girlfriend to your therapist and you should have sessions with her. And I said, I thought immediately that's foolish advice and a non-starter because Shannon's got home field advantage. She's been listening to my nonsense for fucking 3 years. So that would force her to learn all about Jill and then dive into all about us. And then I mentioned it to Shannon. I'm like, well, this fucking chick said that you should meet Jill. She goes, I'd love to meet Jill. She goes, if she wanted to come and see me and we wanted to learn and you wanted to meet her therapist, that would probably be good. And then you guys could do whatever you wanted to do. It makes sense. And I was like, oh, maybe that both.
2 therapists told you that's a good idea and they're wrong.
Maybe. No, I didn't say that. Then I reconsidered. I'm getting to that. Fuck. Okay. So once Shannon told me that, I went, well, maybe this chick's not an idiot anyway. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, for me, I thought that was just exposing somebody to a different way of thinking. Because like I said, it's home field advantage. Shannon's heard me talk for 3 fucking years about all the shit that's wrong in my life. So then she's going to get Jill in the room and have to relearn everything with her. And who the fuck knows? I didn't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know about therapists and shit. All I know is this Bulgarian woman was like, oh, it's very interesting. Perhaps you will. I mean, it's just like, fuck you, Dracula. You're not going to know shit about my relationship. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and look for somebody else. What? So,
I'm just thinking that would be the best therapy ever.
Fuck you, Dracula. You don't know anything about my relationship. Because that's who I am, on the phone with a lady who's a stranger who's trying to help me. So she seemed nice. We talked for 20 minutes, but I knew it was a non-fucking starter. And also look, without going into too much of this, and I probably will in the future. Who the fuck knows? I've said too much already. But when I had a fucking, there's a therapy book that was referred to me. And so I bought a copy for me and for Jill. But you know what's weird is the other day, Jill was like, when I got copies of those books for us, like I think she bought them for us, but I thought I bought them for us. I don't fucking remember. All I know is I thought I was referred to it and I bought one for each of us, but maybe she was referred and she bought it to each of us. I don't fucking know. I'm not paying attention.
That's important to know because if she takes ownership of trying to fix it when you've taken ownership of trying to fix it, that's an issue.
Well, we're both trying to fix it. That's the important thing.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I thought
accountability is completely different in relationships like this.
I wouldn't in relationships like this. All right. So I don't know. The point is we both read this book and we saw ourselves in it. I think I've talked about it on the air because somebody wrote me about it and I told them what it was. So I've talked about it on the air. But this book was a miracle. I've read it twice now. And I saw us.
It solved all your problems.
Oh my God, look at it. Look what it's done for me, folks. What a ringing endorsement. I loved it so much, I walked away from my girlfriend, and then 6 weeks later, I literally phoned her on my knees. Good for me. I was not on my knees, but I did phone her. But I reached out because again, and also so I will tell you this. Here's the good news. We've been, for 2 weeks, we've been back together, kind of baby stepping it a little bit and trying to get together. I'm going to see her next week, and then we've been looking for therapists, and there's actually a weekend getaway that focuses entirely on this therapy procedure, which it looks like we're going to do in January, because it's in California, whatever. We're making a lot of progress and plans and looking to do that because it has to be done. And the good news is in these 3 weeks, I've only acted like a psychopath twice and ended it. So that's pretty good, right? I think we're doing okay.
Why are you going back then?
Going back to what?
If you've already ended it twice in 3 weeks, why are you going back?
I haven't ended it really. I've acted like I've done the thing that I used to do that I said I wasn't going to do anymore. Here, all right, I'll tell the story. This really happened the other night. Oh fuck! All right, I'm in my house, and one of the things I always wanted Jill to do was text me at night when she went to work, because she works at 4 a.m. her time, which is 2 a.m. my time, and just to know that she got out of the house safe, got in the car, got to work, and got into her office safe. It was important to me. And she could text me while I was sleeping, and I didn't care. And I'd grab the phone and smile and put it down and text her when I woke up in the morning, because I would text her when I got home from work. I would text her all the time. So she kind of was resistant to that. She did not want to do it. And I'd say, well, no, it's cool. And she'd go, no, I don't want to wake you up. I go, well, I'm telling you, it won't wake me up. It's okay. Just text me. Because I hear your song. I love it. The phone goes off. I look at it. I smile and I go back to sleep. It's great. And she goes, okay, well, I don't want to wake you up. So
Why are you forcing her to do something she doesn't want to do?
You're absolutely right. So I was resistant. She was resistant to it. And so because I couldn't understand, it seemed like such a small request. We're 2,000 miles away from one another. Why wouldn't you tell me that you got to work safe? I don't get it.
I don't get that either.
Okay, but she was resistant to it in the beginning, and then she wouldn't do it because she said she didn't want to wake me up. That was her, and I was like, all right. But then she kind of started to do it, and then she would do it, and she'd text me, and it was great. So last week, she texted me at the house. She sent a video. And she sent it from her house, and she's like, "Honey, I love you. I'm getting ready for work now. I'm leaving. I will text you when I get to work." So I knew she was getting in the car, so I didn't answer the video text. And I knew she'd text me when she got to work. And it was late. It was like 2 a.m. because again, she's going, or it was 1:30 in the morning, I think, because she was going to work. So I had to go to sleep anyway soon. So I got up, and I went to the desk and I put in my earbuds and I jerked off. I went and surfed some. I watched some videos of porn, and I watched some videos of other videos that I have, and I was there for 20 minutes, I don't know, 25 minutes at the desk, jerked off, whatever, and then knew I was going to sleep. So then I checked Facebook and I checked email before I went to go to bed. Got up, cleaned up, changed out of my jerking off clothes. I know you're thinking, how does a guy jerk off at the desk? Like, where does everything wind up? Well, I could tell you if you really wanted to hear. I would be happy to go ahead and walk you through that schematic.
All I want to know is if a tie is involved or not.
Oh, there's no doorknob close to my desk. No, man. So there, but my favorite thing though is sometimes when I will, because you're cleaning up and you're half asleep and you're also half full of pheromones or whatever the fuck. You take a shower, you get dressed, you go to work, you come back and there's Astroglide on your desk and you're like, oh, I remember that. Why did I leave that there?
There's Astroglide everywhere in the house.
Well, but then I just stopped using Astroglide, and I'm like, all right, well, fuck, I could just spit in my hand. All right, so anyway, you guys like that?
Sure.
I'm a fan of that. Actually, it's better. It works better.
Keep going.
All right, so that all finishes, and I get cleaned up, and I go over and I go to the chair, and I turn off the lights, and I grab my phone, and there's 2 texts from Jill. One of them says, "Hey, I love you. I made it to work safe," which is great, and then the next one says, "Is everything okay?" Now, in the long history of our relationship, whenever I get the text that says, "Is everything okay?" it's indicative of she's worried about something that I did or I did something wrong. That's how I feel about it inside me. So I texted her and I said, "Hey, babe," I said, "I just woke up. I fell asleep in the chair." And she's like, "You just woke up?" And I go, "Yeah, the TV's still on and everything. I just woke up. I'm here, but thank you. I love you. How's your arm?" Because her arm is still kind of fucked up from her surgery and getting therapy. And she goes, "You were just on Facebook."
Absolutely.
And I said, "Well, yeah." She's like, you said you were sleeping, but you were on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you weren't sleeping. So you were on Facebook before you answered my text. And I went, all right, I'll be completely honest. I was at the desk jerking off.
Why do you have to be completely honest? Why don't you just say, I didn't feel like telling you I was jerking off, but
Because I said, I'll be completely honest. I said I was at the desk.
That implies that at other times you aren't completely honest, which feeds into distrust.
Right. So I said, I'll be completely honest. I was at the desk. I jerked off. And I checked email and Facebook before I went to sleep. And before I texted that, she goes, it's no big deal. I'm just saying you're telling me that you were asleep and yet you were on Facebook without answering my text. And I said, well, I was at the desk jerking off. And then I checked Facebook and email before I closed the computer and I sat down. And I guess I thought that she would laugh or go, oh, Jesus, all right, that's fine. But again, that's what I would want her to do. Instead, she said, well, you lied to me. And I said, but I didn't really lie. I mean, I just didn't want to say I was jerking off. So I said I was asleep. She goes, yeah, but that's a lie. She goes, you came back to me 2 weeks ago when this was predicated on the fact that we were going to be honest and we were going to keep each other in a safe space. And you've already violated that by lying to me. And I said, but it's not. And the thing is, here's where it gets iffy for me because she's not wrong. It was a lie. If you get the dictionary and you look up lie, because it was something I said that was not true. I was not asleep. But is it the kind of lie that ends a 5-year relationship? I was jerking off at the desk and instead I said I was sleeping? Like, I don't,
yes.
But that's the thing. Right. So you're right. You're absolutely right. So, but I get furious because then I'm mad at me. It gets back to the thing like when I said I'm mad at me about not having the right bed or having to get fucking handouts because I did fuck this up. I did lie. I did say I was asleep and instead of being honest about jerking off at the fucking desk.
Failure again.
Yeah, because I wasn't honest. I should have said, hey, honey, sorry, I was jerking off. Right, but to me, that's just, I thought I was just handling a situation, so I didn't, and it wasn't, she's like, I didn't even care that you were jerking off. And I go, well, I didn't think you cared that I was jerking off.
No one cares that you have an affair. They care that you lie about it when you're caught.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So
I
will forgive you, but you can't lie to them.
So I sent her like 3 texts, and I go, look, I don't know if you're angry or weirded out about this. I'm sorry. I go, I apologize. I go, it was better than saying I was jerking off. I said I was asleep in the chair. I said, but the TV was on. It was on mute. I was sitting at the desk with my earbuds in. I didn't hear the phone. Plus, I was playing solitaire, so I have the ringer off because it's fucking this.
I started the sentence out by saying, I'm going to be honest.
Anyway.
The other times I'm not.
Right. See? Yes. Right. I'm a failure. I get it. That's what I'm saying.
Say that.
I'm saying it. That's what I'm saying.
Not.
Yes, I am.
No,
because if I
because you now going into all of the here's my shame and here's what I did.
It's the fucking truth. If I was not a failure, I would have just said, hey man, I was jerking off. Take that. You know what I mean? But instead, I gave her, because also another thing, the embellishments of a bad liar. It's fucking Clarice Starling. I get it. But it's true. Because I said, hey, the TV's still on. I had the phone off because I was playing solitaire and all of that was true. But I happened to say I was jerking off instead of, I was sleeping instead of jerking off. But then she's like, yeah, you even said you went into this long story about how you played solitaire and the phone was off and then the TV was on. So then she thinks I lied about that. And I didn't lie about anything. I didn't lie. I just fucking didn't want to say I was jerking off. So I said I was asleep. But she's not wrong. It was a fucking lie. So now she doesn't trust me. And so then that makes me, she doesn't trust me at all. I get it. Well, because I,
trust her.
Right. Because I fucking broke,
Going back.
because she's fucking awesome. Because I want love. Because I want to make it work and I want to give it the real chance I never fucking gave it. Because I feel for her in a way that I've never felt about anybody. And partly, I wonder if that's obsession, and partly I wonder if that's love. I partly wonder about a lot of things.
Allow me to tell you, it's not partly obsession.
It's all of these things. It's love, it's obsession, it's everything. But it's also, it's this. And this is seriously true. She's a beautiful woman, and I love her very much. And we have stuff that triggers each other's stuff. But in reality, she probably handles it better than I do. You know what I mean? Because I just want to go... I just like, let's put it this way. Because she even said to me, when we talked this out, it took 2 fucking days to get over the jerk off journals.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Are you
serious?
Yeah, pretty much. Because then the next day,
I would love to be a fly on the wall in that therapy room.
so it wasn't, it turned into a thing where, but again, it was my assumptions. So the next day was election day. And, I woke up and I didn't hear from her all night. And then I went to vote, and then I texted her, and I go, I guess you were weirded out and angry last night. We're kind of falling into the same patterns here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you're upset with me, but it seems weird that we'd have like 10 hours of fucking silence. And then she writes me, and she's like, I'm not mad at all. I'm at work. This is you.
Sat down with her and said, I need you here.
She said, I'm at work. I'm not upset. And and so one of the things when we were dating before, she's like, you always tell me how I feel. You always tell me I'm angry. You tell me I'm upset. You're telling me these things. I'm none of those things. I'm just me. And you put me in this spot of turmoil. And I get it. It's for the same thing where I put the fucking, I didn't like the business fucking guy at the mattress store. It's the same reason I wind up putting myself on the fucking cross for any of the smallest things in the world. So I have to fix them. Digging in the dirt has been helpful. Every week I find a different revelation, but I cannot find the answer that allows me to be good to myself and let me do the things I'm supposed to do. So she and I wound up having a conversation, like I said, after 2 days or a day and a half. I don't even know how fucking long it was. And, we FaceTimed finally. And it was funny because she was all business. She was not, there was no, honey, I love you. It's okay. She was just like, I'm tired of this. I'm absolutely tired of this. I'm fine. Everything was fine. I wasn't upset. I go, yeah, but now you think I'm a liar. She goes, well, you lied. I go, but I'm not a liar. And she goes, it doesn't matter. You lied. So that's what I'm fighting against is now the perception of me being a liar forever because of that. And
perception hasn't changed.
So I tried to go, look, man, I'm not. And I literally, again, on the phone, I got frustrated and I did the thing where I wanted to leave and I wanted to just go, fine, fuck it. I'll leave you be. It's fine. Go ahead. Live your life. I'll leave you alone. You're right. I'm a liar. I got to get the fuck out of here. It's the same thing I did to you earlier in this fucking show. And she's just like, okay. I mean, that's fine. Whatever you want to do. Like she wasn't, She let me stamp my feet and lay down on the floor of the department store while she continued to try on clothes. You know what I mean? And well, it's true. And it made me feel awful. It honestly made me feel awful because I want you to touch my hair and tell me it's okay. I want you to hold me and tell me it's fine. And I told her that. I go, look, you didn't talk to me for 10 hours. And she goes, well, I was working. And I go, yes, but even if you just wrote, still thinking of you, love you, that matters to me. Because I'm fucking damaged, man. I mean, I am fucking damaged. And I find out more and more about it every fucking week. I like affection. I like to be told I'm special or important or that I'm loved or that you're thinking of me. And that's one of the reasons why I would freak out when I wouldn't hear from her. Because in my head, she's lining up replacements. In my head, she's going to find somebody better. And that's all because of my lack of confidence and not feeling like I'm successful or I'm not worth it or I'm not anybody. And it's one of the reasons why when I talked about her listening to other podcasts and I'd be sad or jealous about that because are they better than me? And does she think they're better than me? And is she going to fucking lose me and ditch me? And am I not good enough? And what the fuck? And it's me. It's fucking me. That's all inside me. And it's shit I'm trying to fucking fix. And I'm trying not to let it bleed into one of the good things I found. That's it. So I got to fucking fix it. I got to try and fucking fix it. So the fact that she thought I was a liar because I was jerking off at the desk, I'm like, so now I'm just like, all right, fine. I'll just tell you. And now for literally no matter what happens, I'm just going to go, I was jerking off at the desk. Sorry about that. Doesn't matter what the fuck happens.
Well, then you're a liar again.
I'm teasing. It's a comedy show. I thought I'd bring some back.
I thought you were being serious.
I haven't been funny for 55 minutes. And that's being generous. I haven't been funny for an hour and 30 minutes. I thought I'd bring some funny back. That's fine. I just figured the listener was bored at that fucking point. It's like, can you tell a fucking joke, please?
I've been doing that with my political posts. And by the way, here's a joke. Yeah, Mike, I love you.
Yeah, I know. I love you too.
Do you know why we get along?
No idea. I can't wait to hear.
Because I accept you for exactly who you are. And because I understand what your needs are, and I don't find them unrealistic.
Fine.
I give you a hug when I see that you need a hug. I text you to say, hey, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I genuinely care and because you are at the front of my mind at times. I texted you when I was off traveling to go, hey, here's a great thing that happened. I'm your friend. I respect you.
I know, and I appreciate that very much. And I'm the same to you. I've checked on you with your eye.
I don't know all about Jill or your relationship. You have told me a few things. You have not told me a lot of things because you don't want to break a trust you have with someone you care about.
Well, no, because there's no point. Because that's just my side of the story. That's as bad as her coming to me. It's as bad as her coming to meet Shannon.
And
you know what I mean? When I say it's home field advantage.
True, because if I met Jill right now, I would treat her the same way I've always treated her, which is with respect.
Right.
Because I don't know everything. What I know is what I know, and until I'm told different, that's all I know. I can tell you as someone who has been in an abusive relationship, and I'm not saying that either of you are abusing each other. I'm saying in a relationship where you don't get what you need to fulfill that relationship. you need to be in therapy with her.
Yes.
And
because
you need to be in therapy.
And she recognizes that. It was literally when I reached out to her to talk to her. It was the night the Cubs won the World Series. And we were supposed to talk that night, and I even texted, because I asked her, can you please talk to me? Because she had asked me a few times, will you please talk to me? And I had ignored her. I literally had not even said, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I just didn't answer. Because I felt that removing myself entirely from the situation was the smart move for me, because otherwise I would be obsessed and I would be hurt. Because I did not want to walk away. I just did. I had to.
You have a real communication problem. You read your texts
Clearly.
back and forth that way.
Wait till she hears this.
Well, you should never even be texting.
I thought you would laugh. God damn it, I thought you would laugh at that. Anyway.
I have no idea what she will think when she hears this. Because
Whatever.
I don't know Jill very well.
Right. Anyway, it was the night of the World Series.
I don't disrespect or respect her more or less because of any of this, and I hope no one else does. Same thing with you.
I'm trying to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And it's funny because I would tell her before when we would talk about the show, and she'd be like, well, you know, people are going to think we fight all the time. People are going to think that we're bad. And I'd be like, no, people are going to relate to us because this happens to everybody. And I will tell it in a way that, you know, is honest and truthful, but also, you know, I own what I own.
Yeah.
I'm fucking bananas. And people know this, I would imagine.
Everybody is.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, yes.
I found my matching banana. Other people look at Eddie and I, and they're just like, I don't know how you do that. Look at your house. And I'm like, I think this is the greatest thing on earth. I don't care if there's stuff everywhere. It's fun, smiley, happy, silly, ridiculous stuff.
I am so glad you found your matching banana. Because I will tell you this, for years, it's got to be, Christ, it's got to be 32 years now. I've been looking for the purple banana. And I'm just waiting for them to put me in the truck. Let's go.
The point is, you saw my relationship with David. You saw how different that was and how different I was in
Yes.
that relationship.
Yes. Well, you saw my relationship with Karen.
I did.
And you saw how different I was in that relationship and compared to my relationship with Jill. But at the same time, I still bring me to both. Mm-hmm. And that's no bueno. Because again, fuck me.
No.
I'm teasing. Jesus.
God.
I'm joking.
I almost punched you.
I don't really think fuck me. I do sometimes. I certainly do. But my point, but I'm fuck it. All I want to do, literally, this is the truth. All I want to do is be in love with Jill and be happy and make her happy.
Wow.
That's it. And I want to be happy. Me, period. Me. I don't want fucking handout couches. I want to do for me. I want to be able to take stock in something that I did and go, yeah, that I did that, man. That's fucking great. It's so sad that I'm taking pride in driving. Like literally, I'm taking pride in a.
That's sad.
Because it's sad. Who the fuck cares? Nobody cares about that bullshit. That's some fucking monkey job.
What job you do, if you're good at it and people love you for it and respect
Yes.
you for it, I don't care if you're mopping the floors or in the spotlight. It doesn't make any difference.
I do. You know why? Because I could be in the spotlight. But instead, because of my
That's why
own...
you could not be in the
Because of my
spotlight.
own fucking bullshit and stepping on my own landmines that I buried in my own fucking yard, I'm driving people around instead. Because I can't fucking negotiate my way out to make myself do the thing I'm supposed to fucking do. Nobody cares about this. Again, we're talking about in circles. God damn it.
We're not talking in circles. We're getting back to the point of doing what's good for you.
Right. And being with her is good for me. As long as I can make it work the way it's supposed to work. As long as we can both go to therapy and make it work.
I thought you were going to go, as long as we can make it work the way I want it to work.
Well, that's no doubt. I think that kind of goes without saying.
You're an idiot.
If I could just jerk off at a desk in peace, please. What kind of relationship do I have if I can't jerk off at a desk in peace?
Well, I've told you from day one.
Literally, I got news for you. Jill, you were there while I was jerking off at the desk. How's that grab you? I put in earbuds so I could hear you. So I just want to jerk off at a desk in peace. So New Year's, the fucking night of the World Series, man, I reached out to her and she said, I will always be here for you. And then the game went in extra innings. And literally, I'm not even joking. Because I asked her, I go, will you talk tonight? And she said, because I asked her if she could talk to me that night, but also I knew it was Game 7 of the World Series. But I didn't want to go, can you talk to me after the Game 7 of the World Series? Because that immediately takes all import away from the discussion as if she was not as important as Game 7 of the World Series. I'm being truthful. That's how I felt. So then she wrote me and she goes, well, yeah, did you want to talk after the game? And I was like, I love this woman. That's the same woman who told me Sixto Lozcano was her favorite brewer. She wants to watch Game 7 of the fucking World Series. So I was like, yeah. I said, absolutely, definitely. So then I'm home, I'm watching Game 7, I'm tweeting it, I'm writing on Facebook, I'm doing stuff. And then I wrote her an email, and I'm like, look, this game's running late, especially with the 2-hour time difference. If you'd like to talk beforehand, she goes, I'm in this game as late as you are. It's fine. And she kept writing, and she was answering, and she's like, I love you. I'm here. Don't worry. And then we wound up talking that night, you know, and I told her exactly how I felt, that I felt we had never gotten the chance to be us. And I said, and I asked her, would she be willing to try again with me? And she said, if we do this, we need therapy. We absolutely have to go to couples therapy. And I said, yes, absolutely. I agree. I said, I'd like to do this particular style of therapy, because we'd had therapy sessions scheduled before and never went. But she said, yeah, but she was on board. Literally, that was her thing. She's like, let's do it. So then when we had the jerk off meltdown, and she was not letting herself coddle me, which is what I wanted. All I wanted was for her to say, it's okay, honey, I love you. I know you're cool. Everything's good. But she didn't feel that way. I wanted her to feel that way. I wanted her to say to me, hey, you know what? It's okay. But she was hurt that I lied about being at the desk. And like I said, the thing that's most frustrating about it is I go, it wasn't a lie. But it is. I know it was. It really was a lie, but it wasn't a harmful, destroying everything, tear the fucking world down lie, but it doesn't fucking matter. A lie is a lie. To her especially. She literally told me that when we first started dating. She goes, I don't lie, my kids don't lie. Period. That's it. She goes, that's the one thing that I can't abide. I will not get past. And, you know, I've lied a couple of times in our relationship. And you know who's really good at finding out you lied? Jill. Oh, my God.
Everyone.
Well, I don't know, man. She's got some kind of fucking, like, I always know I'm in trouble when she comes out of the bedroom with a Sherlock Holmes hat and a pipe. I know I'm fucking finished. Well, it's interesting because you said the other night that you were in Berkeley Square. However, I happen to have evidence that, oh my God, no.
How hot would that be?
She is totally hot. Don't kid yourself. Yeah, that fucking, the thing over her shoulders. And I would just bury my snout in her like the Hound of the Baskervilles. Just fucking nose first. I would dive right the fuck in. So so that's, there you go. And I'll tell you what, after she hears this show, she may go back and think that this is not a good idea. I don't fucking know, because she knows what she's dealing with. And she knows that, but I will tell you this, in our relationship, I got away from this just saying whatever the fuck I thought and whatever the fuck I wanted to say, because I didn't want her to be upset or think weird of me or think bad of me. And I didn't want to say bad things. And I mean, that's why I said to you guys, I haven't been honest for years, 2 years, 3 years, because I didn't want to say anything that would fucking hurt her. And that was me, though, deciding what might hurt her, when in reality I should just do the fucking show that she fell in love with and you fell in love with.
Look at the growth you've had just in this episode.
I don't know if any of that is true. And quite frankly, you can go ahead and hold that and keep it to yourself, please. So this week we're recording on Sunday, as I mentioned, because I will be in Wisconsin and I will be seeing Jill, and I don't know. So I should tell you this. So that in the middle of the jerk off meltdown the next day,
By the way, that's the name of the show.
Jerk off meltdown. I should finish this story truthfully. I wrote her and said, you know, I guess you are weirded out or angry. She's like, I'm just at work. I don't know. And I go, yeah, but you haven't talked to me for 10 hours. She's like, don't drop 10 hours bullshit on me. I'm tired of that. I don't want, this is what we did in the old days. We're in a new relationship. Okay. She goes, you told me we weren't going to do this anymore. I was in a new relationship. I thought you were too. And so I read that as she was in a new relationship when I called her to reconcile. So I go, I knew you were in a new relationship with somebody. Oh my God, I can't fucking believe it. I was never in a new relationship. I loved the woman I loved, and I can't believe it. And you told me that you weren't, so I guess you lied to me already. And she's just like, oh my God, this is what I told you not to do. You told me you wouldn't do this. You swore it. And then I unfriended her on Facebook and blocked her, and I blocked her on Twitter, and I unfriended her on Instagram. In my car in front of a Trader Joe's. And then 2 minutes went by and I go, what the fuck are you doing? Other than exactly what you said you wouldn't fucking do. And I then unblocked her on Facebook and I unblocked her on Twitter, and I can't be her friend on Instagram because I have to ask her and she'll know. So I was like, fuck. So then I went into Trader Joe's and I took a lap and I'm like, I wanted to dive into a bunch of candy and fucking console myself. And I didn't. And I walked out and I got in my car and I went to the coffee shop where I had to sit and go on the internet because I was waiting for my car to be fixed. Hey, I had to put another fucking $275 into my car this week. Isn't that great? And then I sat there and then my phone rang and it was Jill with a FaceTime. And she had told me that she wasn't going to be able to get a hold of me. And I said, oh, okay, well, you're working. That's fine. But then when she's FaceTiming, I'm like, oh, cool, awesome. And I answered, I go, hey, baby. And she goes, hi. And I go, hey, what's up? She goes, well, where are you? I go, I'm in a coffee house down the block. Dave's looking at the car. Dive. She said, oh. Why did you unfriend me on Facebook? I said, I didn't unfriend you on Facebook. And she goes, no, you did. She goes, I went in there. I said, I didn't unfriend you. I blocked you. So it wasn't a lie. I didn't unfriend her. I fucking blocked her. And she goes, what do you mean? I go, yeah, I had a fit of pique in the car after we were texting. And I just went, fuck it. I can't do this anymore. And I ethered you online. And then 2 minutes later, I went, what the fuck are you doing, man? Stop this. And again, I wanted her to go, oh, well, that's cool. You just got mad and erased me from your life. That was what I was hoping would happen. I thought she'd go, oh man, that's cool. All right, so you just got mad and you completely erased me from your entire fucking life after promising me 2 weeks ago that you were going to change and try to change things? Good for you. But I'm back now, so that's the important thing, right? She didn't say it that way. Yeah. She went, why would you block me on social media? Like, why did you do that? And my argument was, well, it's, look, I in 2 minutes I changed my mind. I go, I didn't even really think about it. And truth be told, I don't know, year and a half ago, she unfriended me on Facebook. Well, I'm just saying. So then I immediately went, well, you're exactly right. So then I go, hey, honey, you did this to me before.
False equivalencies.
And she just goes, what are you talking about? And I go, you did this to me like a year and a half ago.
Equivalencies.
And she goes, it doesn't matter. We were changing. We're in a new relationship. And she goes, for you to say that I was in a new relationship and then I lied and then and you thought that, well, what is wrong with you? And I go, well, I thought that's what you said. I read it wrong. And again, this is the problem is I expect everyone as I literally burned down a house. And then I say to everybody, oh man, I didn't burn down that house. I didn't mean to burn down that house. Everybody's going to go, no problem, Mike. It's cool that you burned down that house, but you didn't mean it. That's what I want. I want everybody to just go, man, it's cool. No problem. We understood what you meant. We know what you meant to do, dude. You're totally a good guy. You got good intentions. But in reality, people, for some reason, have their own fucking opinions of the things that I do and say. What the fuck is your problem, man? Can't you understand that I'm to be listened to and obeyed? What the fuck is your problem? How dare you think for yourselves and think that anything I do is wrong? So she was hurt, and she literally, you know what it reminded me of? Seriously? Because she's talking to me, and then she's going, well, this happened, and I don't know why you're fucking doing this. You said you wouldn't do this, and this is the thing you said you weren't going to do, and then you promised you weren't. And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, we're learning. And she's like, we're not learning. You're not learning anything. You're doing the same shit. And I said, no, it's just, please bear with me. It's going to be a slow process. And she goes, it's slow for you, but I had spent 6 weeks kind of adjusting, and I felt okay. And she goes, I'm going to tell you this, and I don't tell you this to hurt you. She goes, I walked into a place by my house, and I'm not going to tell you who it was. I'm not going to go into that. She goes, but I walked in, and a guy looked at me, and he goes, how are you? Or someone, she didn't say a guy. She said, somebody looked at me and said, oh, how are you doing? You look great. And she said, I do? And he goes, the person said, yeah, you look really good. You look different. And she said, oh. And the person said, because you've looked defeated for a really long time. And I was like, fuck. So again, what that made me want to do was walk the fuck away and go, and because I literally did. I went, all right, fine. You were defeated. I apologize. Go be a champion. And I'm sorry I was the one who defeated you and fucking sucked all the soul out of your life. I literally did that where I started revving and she's like, I'm just telling you. She goes, if you're promising to be different and we're promising to make an effort, an honest effort, you have to make an honest effort. You can't do shit and then say to me, hey man, will you forgive me for that? Sorry about that. It was a momentary lapse of reason. And I thought about it, and I was like, well, I guess that's all right, I guess. Because that's about as much as I can commit myself. Bullshit. I was like, I get it. I understand that. I don't want to hear it. Truthfully, I don't want to fucking hear it. But if we're going to make changes, we need to make actual changes in the way we behave and going forward, because we both trigger the fuck out of one another. We just do. And hopefully that won't continue. Hopefully I can get into a room with a doctor who's got some, a whip and a chair and can make us fucking sit down and talk to one another and pretend that everything's okay. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm in, whipping a chair. Because again, I'll tell you, because this is funny. All that shit happened. The jerk off meltdown happened for like 2 days, right? And it was like, back and forth. And she was, and I, like I said, when I talked to her in FaceTime, she did not coddle me, man. She was like, look, I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I can't deal with your bullshit and be happy. And she, in so many words. Yeah. And I was like, she's right. Because I did lie. I did fucking absolutely misrepresent myself. And I'm like, all right, if we're going to both make these changes and then I'm on board and I'm sorry. And I teared up and because again, I'm a fucking sobbing idiot. And I'm like, these are things inside me that hurt. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't like to be, it's whatever the fuck. I try to dig in the dirt a little bit with her and show her myself and she gets it. But she can't, she's like, she's like, I'm 50. I'm old. I don't want to spend my life back and forth running away from one another and trying to figure each other out. And I'm like, all right, I get it.
I'm glad you guys are getting the band back together.
Well, we're trying to, man. We're going to go to therapy. And like I said, a fucking doctor's going to get in there and give us each a pistol and go walk 10 paces and turn around and shoot.
And again, I don't think you understand what couples therapy is.
No, because you know why? Because it's going to work because we're going to bullshit the doctor.
Well,
I can't wait.
Again, I would love to be a fly on that wall.
So fucking, so wait. So this is the best part though, dude. So it's like after the jerk off meltdown, it took 2 days of me texting and ethering her on social media and bringing her back and her being mad and all this. And I got it. I understand. I understood it. Okay. I wanted to walk away and run away because just like here, I want to pack my shit up sometimes, get the fuck out because I'm tired of you telling me shit. And I don't want to be lectured to and I don't want to be told the truth because fuck the truth. Nobody likes the truth, man, especially when it's about themselves. So, but I recognized it and I understood it because I truthfully want to make the effort. I want to get in a room with a professional and have him say, dude, this can work. Let's do the hard fucking work, man. And I'll go, yes, let's do it. And she's going to go, yes, let's do it. And we'll do the hard fucking work.
You have to do it.
Understood. Well, I'm excited about it.
Okay.
So then the next day, she and I are texting. It's like Friday after we settle the jerk off meltdown. And she and I are texting and everything's fine. And then I leave my house to go to work. I went to go wash my car and I went out and I get a text from her and she's like, all right, well, I forget what it said. It was something like, I guess you don't want to FaceTime today. So I've got a family emergency and I'll talk to you soon. Maybe I'll, if you want me to check in, let me know. Have a good weekend. What? This is on Friday. Have a good weekend. And this is the shit this always used to come up where she'd do that thing where she'd basically like a dealer in a casino. She'd clap her hands and walk away and I couldn't say anything. So in my head, I go, wait a minute, you're just doing did we just have a big talk about how I can't do the same shit that I used to do? So maybe you shouldn't do the same shit you used to do? Wouldn't that be great? So I'm in a parking lot at a Ralph's because I just gone, I got the car washed, I gassed up, and I stopped at fucking Ralph's and I pulled over to call her. So I immediately called her. And she goes, hey. I go, hey, what's happening? She goes, nothing. I go, well, family emergency. What's going on? And what do you mean you'll talk to me over the weekend? She's like, well, I thought we were going to FaceTime today, but I mean, you left the house. You didn't even tell me you were going to work. I said, well, but we were texting. Like I sent you a picture of me getting into the shower. I mean, I was like, hey, honey, I love you. Can you meet me here? And you were like, and then that was it. Like, I mean, and then I got in the car to go to work. You knew I was going to work. She goes, yeah, but I texted you. And I said,
when you last spoke, you were in the shower. It's very confusing.
Right. Well, she said, well, I texted you and told you I was home all day. I said, okay, great. And I told you that I was going to wash the car and then I was going to go to work. She goes, yeah, but but we talked about talking every day. We wanted to FaceTime every day. I go, great. So you could have called me. She goes, yeah, but you could have called me. And I said, well, I know, but I was in the, she goes, last I heard you were in the shower. So if you're in the shower, you don't want to talk. And then if you went to work, I mean, I can't bother you.
Oh my God.
And I go, no, you can, I said, honey, you can call me anytime you want. I told you this.
Are you two the same person?
Maybe.
Exactly?
I've talked about that on the show here. And so she literally, I said to her, I go, you can call me. And she goes, you know what? You say that all the time. You always say that. You always put it on me. You're right. It's my fault. And I go, it's not.
Oh my God, you guys are the same person.
I said, it's not your fault. I go, but again, one of the things we established 2 weeks ago was we're going to change old behaviors. And one of the things that always happened with her and I was she'd be like, well, you didn't call me, so you don't want to talk to me. Well, no, you can call me anytime you want. Call me on the phone. I'll be here. Call Case. He'll fart in your house. Call me, please. On the line. Call me anytime. Call me. We can share the wine. Call me. So I'm literally in a Ralph's parking lot and I go, well, no, you could have called me. She goes, well, no, you were in the shower and you went. I go, but it's okay to call me. And she goes, yeah, but you could have called me too.
Oh my God.
And I'm not kidding. This is the truth. I started to stutter like an 8-year-old. All right. I go, I guess all right, I'll work harder. She goes, no, you don't have to work harder. It's not that big a deal, but I'm just telling you that you could have called me. And no. I said, it must be a big deal if you mentioned it. And honey, you could have called me. I was just leaving the house. I wasn't upset or sad or mad or you can call me, but I guess I'll work harder on trying to call you. No, you don't have to work harder at all. It's fine. I mean, I go, no, don't do that. And then she flinches because I yell. And I go, I'm not telling you how to feel, but I'm telling you, don't tell me I don't have to work harder. If I have to work harder, I will. If that's what it takes, I'll work harder at calling you. And because I know I want to hear from you, it makes me happy and puts me in a safe space to know that you're thinking of me. So maybe that's what you're thinking right now. She's like, well, you could have called me. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but you could have called me. And it's the same. So goddamn, that better be a big chair and a long whip.
Are you sure you guys want to do this to each other?
Of course we do. What are you talking about?
I'm going to tell you that just go.
What? Listen to me. I got news for you. What's life without an arch enemy?
They shouldn't be the one you love.
Batman loves the Joker. You know he does.
No. Do you know who loves each other and hates each other? The Joker and Harley.
Oh,
It's not a relationship.
No, she's Batman and I'm the Joker. No, she could be Harley though. That's actually, yeah, that makes it a lot better.
No, that just means that you're terrible to her and she's terrible to you and you don't trust and you hate each other. That's not a relationship.
Well, none of that is true.
I don't know. Why don't you call each other?
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I'm supposed to listen to you? You don't have a whip or a chair.
You're wrong. I have both.
You guys can get me at MikeandMikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. I got to give you the last word on that one. That was beautiful. You guys can follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. You can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. I think I'm repeating myself. Go to Instagram.com and follow me there at Mike40YOB. I'm there. It's great. Find me and fuck me, forget me. What was it? Find him, feel him, fuck him, and forget him. That's me. Do that. Do all that stuff.
That's a lot of work.
Of course we do. But the important thing is that you're willing to do it. I'm buying shirts with long sleeves just to roll them up. That's how committed I am to this relationship.
I think you could have stopped it. That's how committed I am.
So excited. God damn, I can't wait to inflict. Look, listen, there's not. I'm tired of one-on-one crazy. I need to get a third person involved. I get in a room and I tell Shannon all my crazy. I need Jill in there with another doctor. I need a new person. I got to infect somebody else with my disease.
It takes two to tango. And I'm not saying she's crazy. I'm saying that a lot of times people who care about each other bring out the worst in each other.
It's great.
No. No, it is not.
I love my Harley.
Oh, no. I never should have said that.
It was better when she was the Batman and I was Joker and they were in love. But now you're right, Joker and Harley. Fuck, I didn't even think about that. I'll take that. She's totally Harley.
Totally volatile and terrible.
No, the Joker and Harley Jill, fucking gorgeous.
I'm looking forward to this artwork.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. Oh my God, you could actually sell that. That'd be like fetish artwork. Actually, I'd buy it. Fuck, if I could get Max to paint Jill as Harley Jill, holy
$10
fuck!
on that. That's all I have.
I tell you what, I wouldn't need earbuds to jerk off to that. Speaking of, Dave Hernandez is the artwork guy for this show. You can find him at Facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. You can go to artbydmh.com. That's ARTBYDMH.com. He's got all sorts of cool Valscapes and Guy-Cons. He's got all sorts of muscle guy paintings now that he's selling and stuff. And you know what? Let's start a write-in campaign. If you guys want him to paint me and Harley Jill or something like that, go ahead and let him know. That would be fantastic. Why not? Who would buy that? I would have to be outbid seriously by people for
I
that.
think that should be your next T-shirt.
Holy fuck. We already have the next T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it better than Joker and Holly Jill?
Soon as I sell all the Yurt Dirt Dirt shirts, we're going to put that into
I think you
place.
should take the Yurt Dirt Dirt shirts and just print Joker and Holly Jill over it.
I love it. All right, so there's Mex. You can find him at artbydmh.com and all sorts of cool places. Ryan Dirks is the audio guy, the web guy, sorry, the web guy for the show. Check him out at facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. Be his friend there. The producer of this show is Lily Von Stupp. She's the producer and the yeller-in-chief.
Really?
Or maybe actually the vice yeller-in-chief.
I'm the lead feminist.
That's all right. We'll take that. You can find her at all sorts of different places. Facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. You can find her at Twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp. Twitter.com/MNTs. Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest. Gotta get a T in there. And Twitter.com/Boobdini. Also, she's available at Instagram under Lily Von Stupp and all those names, right? Aren't all of those active?
All exactly.
MNTs, Boobdini, Hollywood BQ Fest, all that stuff's available there on Instagram. And her GoFundMe page is still lurking. If anybody out there, look, people who have wished to remain anonymous. Thank you for stepping up. You're always very cool. By the way, you choose to be anonymous, but I know who you are because I am the administrator. I am the administrator, so I get to see your name. Oh my gosh, I don't believe in Beatles. I just believe in me. So if you
send me your address.
Anybody who has sent anything, even anonymously, please send Lily an address either by email or by I guess you can't mail it to her. You don't have her address. But yeah, please send it to her. And she wants to send you a neat little thing, and people have gotten it and they like it. It's just a neat thing, but it also it makes her happy to send stuff to say thank you. So please reply to her and let her do that. Her Patreon page is also still existing, but use the GoFundMe for right now. But they're both existing. Why not?
There's a great topless photo of me at the Patreon page right now.
Look, why aren't you going to the Patreon page right now? Patreon.com/Lily. And check out her nakedness and go ahead and follow her every month and donate and go donate to her to GoFundMe page and be that person who stepped up and was happy and fun. That's a cool person. But if you want to write her a personal note,
please do.
And ask her if she's ever going to get over this ridiculous election stuff. Oh my God, and let the feminism stuff go. Please settle down. He's our president. Respect him. If you ever want to write her that and get a note back that is well thought out and goes right for your fucking jugular.
Well.
Please go ahead and contact her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
You're listening to The 40-Year-Old Boy, and later, The Jerk-Off Journals. You'll never find two guys with stronger wrists.
So you put the duct tape on the end of the roll, and then once all the pudding's in there, you're good to go.
That's the move. That sounds good.
Yeah.
You have to write that down for me.
Okay.
You ever jerk off for danger?
What do you mean?
Well, you ever punch? I did this. I punched a couple of holes in the top of a soda can to widen up the top, and you jerk off quick using the soda can. You lube it up, of course, but you do it to see if you can come before you're hurting.
Before you cut your penis.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to get off before you can't stand it anymore. It's like the same principle works when you fill like a sock with aquarium rocks.
These guys are a handful. The Jerk-Off Journals on the Mike Schmidt Podcasting Network.
Nice.
What have I gotta do to make you love me? What do I gotta do to make you care? What do I do when lightning strikes me? And awake to find that you're not there. What do I gotta do to make you want me? What do I gotta do to be heard? What do I say when it's all over? Sorry seems to be the hardest word. It's sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation, and it's getting more and more absurd. It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Oh, it seems to me sorry seems to be the hardest word. Sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation, and it's getting more and more absurd. It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Oh, it seems to me sorry seems to be the hardest word. What do I do to make you love me? Oh, what have I gotta do to be heard? What do I do when lightning strikes me? What have I gotta do? What have I gotta do? Sorry seems to be the hardest word.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It's a flourishing show, a fantastic show, a lovely show. And it's happened to be run by my favorite friend and producer, Lily Von Stupp. Hi, Lily, how are you?
I am feministic.
Okay, I don't know if that's an emotion, but good for you. How is the Monday Night Teas going? In your absence, in absentia, who's running it for you? Who has been there?
Everyone is running it for me.
They've all stepped up to do their job, yes?
It takes a village, people.
So the Indian.
Literally, there's a cowboy and an Indian.
Indian's
and
in charge?
a cop
All right.
Or a
That's not so bad.
cop, not a bicycle cop.
Sounds like Philippe Rose is there taking care of business.
By the way, have you seen the Sell It where the two girls are on the motorcycle with the giant mirrored ball and the village people buy it from them?
No.
Well, my friend is on the motorcycle.
Oh, okay, good. I'll have to see it.
Okay.
But I want credit for knowing Philippe Rose is the Indian in the Village People.
Very good that you did know that.
I want credit for knowing David Hodo is the construction worker in the Village People.
Oh no.
That's how pathetic my fucking brain is.
I don't think that's pathetic. I think that's awesome because you know who they are, not just the characters.
Look,
they
man,
play.
you got to look past the costume. You got to look inside the heart of a David Hodo and find out what kind of gay building he wants to build.
So it's all bathrooms. So the show is going
I'm willing to
well.
bet he would build a stone wall. Come on.
Oh,
Somebody?
I fucking high-five
Anybody?
you for that.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Little Hodo humor for you. All right, so you were saying.
That was beautiful on so many levels.
Not bad, right?
It hurts me.
Well,
because
good.
It was so funny.
It was almost poetic.
God damn it, that's funny.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. The show's going well. Life is awful, but it's good.
Well, because you have to lie face down and you're in bed fighting with ghosts. And I tell you to let go and let God. I don't think I said that part.
Fighting with ghosts. Oh, they aren't ghosts. They've shown themselves.
I
Ghosts
see.
don't show themselves.
All right. Well, I look.
Here's Facebook advice.
Yes.
If you're friends with someone and you post on their wall, your friends shouldn't go post on their wall. If you don't know the person whose wall you're posting on, don't post there. Don't walk into someone's living room and go, hey, I know somebody here, so I crashed the door. You're a cunt. That's not a good idea.
Sounds like someone here doesn't know the new rules.
Yeah.
The new rules where anybody can do whatever they want and you need to shut up and take it.
I shouldn't. Context is a lot.
I don't want to rehash this.
I don't want to just shut up and take
Well,
it.
understood.
I shut up and took it once. That's
Yeah.
called rape.
It-
I don't have to take it.
I get it. I totally understand
So
that.
anyway, the show's going great.
Good. Well, bullshit. I get to finish my thought. Because you were talking about people who just show up and they do their thing and all this stuff. We're also hearing people recount these terrible tales now of harassment that are happening. A woman with a hijab, they tried to pull it off of her head the very next morning and said there was the ominous one was there was a Muslim guy with his earbuds on and a guy smiled at him and told him to take his earbuds out and he took them out and he said, "Time's up.
Yeah.
Go back home."
Just so you know, this all isn't new.
Yes,
It's
but
just more emboldened.
yes. So
and it's been sanctioned.
I don't think it's new either. I understand
Yeah,
that.
no,
it's
but
always
some
been
people
insidious.
Some people do think that all
No.
of a sudden, now that this has happened, women and Jews and Muslims and people of color think somehow we now think that all these things are legal. No, we just know they're going to get worse.
But what I'm saying also is you can play tricks on your own brain because you think to yourself, this can't really be happening. No one would go up to a Muslim guy and tell him to take his earbuds off and go, "Hey, time's up. You better go home. You're not welcome in this country anymore." Because you, in your real mind, you don't think people would really say that or feel that or think it. But in reality, it's true. I mean, Kumail Nanjiani,
I read that.
he's a television star and a movie star, and two guys got in his face and they're yelling "cuck, cuck, cuck," or "kook, cuckoo," whatever the fuck. I thought it was "kook" too, but everybody else pronounces it "cuck."
Well, they do pronounce it as cuck as in cocoa.
Well, a lot of those guys have "cuck" in their mouth.
Well,
So, I say I have a kook in my mouth. Everybody else has a "cuck" in their mouth.
the whole way that cuckold is being used now pisses me off.
Understood. But the point is that, Kumail, he relates that story and you generally don't want to believe it. I feel bad that that's where my mind goes, because you don't want to believe that these things are real. But I have a story that's not a racist story, but it shows me how something like this is possible. I picked up some people as an Uber driver, and I don't know if I related this on the air because I've told other people the story. It was 4 people, and they were at a bar down on Fairfax, and they started to talk about Jack McBrayer. Do you know who that is? He's an actor from 30 Rock, and he's an unfailingly nice human being. Just a generous, good guy. I've met him twice at the UCB. He was so nice to me. He had no reason to be. I mean, he knows, fuck. Someone could have just, you get the vibe from me. I'm a nut.
We need a reason to be nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate America right
But I'm
now.
saying when a famous person meets an unfamous person, they could very easily walk away. But he was exceedingly nice and asked me who I was and what I did, and he cared. So this fucking guy is at a bar by himself at the bar in Fairfax, and these guys are laughing because they were like, yeah, oh my God. First they were saying, oh my God, he was there, and I can't believe we met him, and it was cool. And they go, yeah, but then I couldn't believe he did that at the end. And he just, what a jerk, and da-da-da. And it turns out that they went to him, and they met him, and he was very nice to all 4 of them. And then one of their friends said, can I take a picture? And he goes, you know what? I'm actually just out here having a drink, and then I'm heading home, and I'd rather not. And so they grumbled, and they walked away, and they sat across from him, across the bar, and just took photos of him while he drank. And he literally put his drink down, and he walked out of the bar, and he went home. And they thought it was funny. They were like, yeah, fuck, if you're in a TV show and someone has to take a photo with you, you should take a photo with them. And so, and look, I wasn't taking a photo with him. I wasn't bothering him. I was just taking photos while he drank. And that was their logic. He owed them a photo, but because he then decided not to give them a photo, they could take photos of him all they wanted because he was in the bar and he deserved it.
Wait, is he a woman?
That's what I mean. As a celebrity.
I've been dealing with that all of my life. Do you know how many times I've said to guys, why are you fucking taking pictures of me?
Yes, I know. I understand that.
So, people are awful.
Yes, but so what I'm saying is I don't discount any of these stories out of hand, because this is just a story about a guy having a quiet drink, and because he happened to be on TV, they felt they could do whatever they wanted to him. And he's by himself in a bar on a Saturday. He probably stopped after a show, had a beer, and then went home. And they kept taking pictures. Finally, he didn't finish, and they were like, he didn't even finish his drink, man. You just put it down and he walked out. And they thought it was funny, and they thought he was being a baby, like by leaving. And I'm like, and I wanted to jump in, and I didn't. I was just like, you are assholes. You're terrible people. Because there was one of the girls kept going, well, you guys should have left him alone. And he's like, we did leave him alone. And they're like, no, you took photos. And we weren't even sitting by him. He wouldn't even know we were taking photos if he hadn't looked up and seen us. And it's like, they were like, literally, they were like, we could have taken photos and without saying hi to him, because we told him how much we liked his work and how funny he was. I mean, it was
Smile
brutal.
for me.
Yes, I get it. It was just
But it's
awful.
funny because the only person who spoke up was the woman.
Well, she was saying it to her
She
friends.
understood exactly what happened.
And again, I didn't jump into the fight because I didn't want to be. I was just like, you're cunts. And she was doing a really good job of giving all she could get. But again, so I believe all of these stories. And again, I would not. You don't just believe people, I guess, is the bottom line. Just fucking believe people. Anyway, go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com. So the show you were saying about the show, I apologize.
Show's great. It's fantastic. And I decided, because of the generosity and amazingness of everyone, I'm not freaked out that Monday Night Tease is not making money right now. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't have the cash to pay people to do what I normally do.
Right.
So because of your generosity, I'm able to pay my bills right now and just make sure that the show maintains itself more than anything else. But the community has been amazing, and the first 2 shows in December, everyone is donating their time and energy, and we're going to donate all of the money raised from those shows to the ACLU.
Oh, great.
So yeah, whatever little profit I might have made, whatever it is, $100 or whatever, which is what I'm making right now because I'm not.
You're not there, and
stuff.
flyering and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, the show is paying the cast and bringing a little cash in. We decided we're going to go ahead and just make some shows and raise some money for the ACLU to do something. Because I can't get out and protest right now.
Understood.
I can't go march in the streets. I can't do that. The most I can do is try to educate people and hopefully raise some money to help the people who's right now wondering whether or not they need to get a new fucking passport that matches their genitalia, because if the laws are passed, it's not going to be able to say male and they're not having a penis. And the ACLU is the only defense they're going to have at this point, It's horrific. You don't think about what's actually happening.
Well, we talked about it at length last week. And so as a guy who understands that wrongs need to be righted and voices need to be heard, I totally encourage you to do the protesting that you've mentioned, and I'm sorry that you can't be out there.
Yeah, I
but
wish I could.
as a guy who drives all over this city, stay the fuck home. Not interested.
My friends are out there. I actually saw 2 of them on the news the other night, and it made my heart smile because they're walking with a bunch of people and children in all different colors, simply saying, we won't go back.
There's a clip I saw online of a guy, he's filming from an overpass. He's filming the 101 in L.A.
Oh,
and there's a million people walking on the street. And again, like I said, as a guy who feels that people need to be heard and there are voices out there that need to be recognized, by all means, I say assemble and peacefully assemble and do what you need to do. But as a guy driving in that traffic, fuck all of you, and I hope we all run you over.
My friend was really angry about it. She goes, oh, I
Yes.
got stuck in that. And I go, let me ask you this. I go, how much of an inconvenience was it? She goes, well, I didn't get home for another hour. And I go, there are women who never get home.
I don't care.
You gotta go.
I get it.
I'm willing to give
Yes.
this hour of my life. In fact, I should pull the car over and join them for.
Of course, but in reality, when you're sitting there, you're fucking furious. So I mean, I hear what you're saying, but yes, you try to put it in perspective. But at the same time, I can be both. I get you a man who does both, who respects your voice and also wants to run you over because you're standing in front of him with a fucking sign and you don't know anything about him.
You're on the wrong side of this. You're not
I'm on
squarely
both
the
sides of
side
this.
But you can't be.
So anyway, this guy's filming on the 101 of the overpass, and it's freaky because he's filming it, and you see all the people, and then all of a sudden, for no reason, everybody starts running.
Yeah.
There's like 200 people, and they start fucking running in different directions, and then the video ends. So then you're like, I don't know if the cops are coming. I don't know if it's Cloverfield. I don't know if the protest is over because they won. I have no idea if there's a dinosaur. Fuck, I get no clue. But it's freaky when you see a mass of people just start running for no fucking reason. That's pretty amazing. So that happened, and good for you. So I'm glad you're giving the money to the ACLU. Good for you, and I hope that works out as well as it should. And I think we should all pay attention and donate time and money to organizations that we think will be standing for us when the time comes. And the time
always should have been.
And the time is going to come, certainly. Go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and, fuck donating. Buy some shit over there. We've got the Yurt Dirt Dirt shirts. We got all the live stuff. We got the download sets. We got all that cool stuff. We got our tweakedaudio.com/40YOB. Go there and buy some stuff. More importantly, I should say, there's the Amazon link. Well, not even more importantly, but that's right now, that's kind of the thing that everybody kind of uses because I've burnt everybody out. They've bought all the product I have. So go ahead and use the Amazon links. Then you're buying new stuff to you, but I still get a taste of it. Thank you. That's so cool of you. They get money. We get money. You get stuff. That's always the way it works. So use the Amazon link. You go ahead and click on the Amazon link on the MikeSchmidtComedy.com Joe Business page. Click on Joe Business. Go there. Click on the Amazon link. Go there. Well, actually, once you're done staring at the bikini-clad Lily, who's on that page, and then click on Amazon.com. Go there. You're in our store. It's black and red and unfull of anything that I should probably fix. And then up in the upper left-hand corner, click to the Amazon, and then you're there, and you can use it, and we get credit for that, and thank you so much. That's super cool. So please use the Amazon link. That's great. We appreciate it very much. And do we have shows coming up? 2020 is this coming Monday. It's me, Raj Desai, and Raja Michaels. She will be there. Is it Raja Michaels or Raja Michael? I must know. Is it Raja Michaels or Raja Michael? Let's check. I don't know. I've booked this person who's a very funny comedian, and let's take a look. Fuck that. She's a comedian. Quit making the difference in the word. There's no such thing as a comedian. There's comedians. Hold on. It's Raja. So anyway, Raj Desai is a very funny guy. He and I will definitely be there, and we will be being joined by, if my phone would load, it would be great, and then I would be able to tell you exactly who's coming. I still got a spinning blue circle. Raja Michael. There's no S. Raja Michael's very funny. She will be there. Me, her, and Raj Desai. That's Monday, November 21st. Tickets are available now via Gold Star. Tickets available at brownpapertickets.com. Go ahead and check those out. Buy those tickets. Come to the show and hang out and have a good time with me, Raj Desai, and Raja Michael. I'm not sure if there will be any election talk. I have no idea if comedians are allowed to use their voices anymore, man. Peace, granola, and long fucking hair. I'm an idiot. I have no idea. Come out and have a good time, man. Just get some drinks in you and have some fun, and then stick around for the teas afterwards. That'll be totally great. So that's November 21st, Monday night. Me, Raj Desai, Raja Michael. And then we'll tell you about the December show once I have that as booked as I possibly can. And so go there. Remember, I'm on the Monster Party podcast a couple of weeks ago. I did Mike Siegel's Travel Tales podcast. And I don't know if should I plug this or not? I did another podcast. I don't know when it comes out, so I can't promote it. But you'll see it on Facebook and Twitter, because I'll Facebook it and I'll Twitter it and I'll let you know. I might even put it on Instagram, folks. That's how important it is. It's not important, but I mean, it's another show that I'm doing. But I have no idea how they handle their promotion. So I'm recording it, and then I don't know when they put it out, because this show comes out Thursday. It might be out before then. It could be out after. These are all questions I probably should have asked the guys who run the show, but But I'm happy to do it. I'm excited, and that show records this week, and it comes out later. I don't know when, because again, I don't know what their schedule is. They record a few a week, so who knows? But I'm excited to be asked, and I'll be happy to be on there. So go ahead and keep an ear out and an eye out, and find out exactly where I'm going to be on this mystery podcast I've just told you so much about, and yet told you nothing about. And now I'm out, man. It's Sunday. I got to go and fucking Uber some more, and try to make some money, and then go home and watch a replay of fucking Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy? I'll tell you who he is. He's the fucking lightweight champion and the featherweight champion of the world in the fucking UFC, goddammit. I went home last night. This is what I did, folks. I drove Uber all day yesterday because I knew I was going to go home and watch the UFC, because I had to watch the greatest card in history, UFC 205. I had to watch Misha Tate get her ass beat and fucking retire right there. It was great. I had to watch Cuban Yoel Romero fucking stomp Chris Weidman and knee a fucking a gash into his head the size of a fucking seismic fault. It was beautiful. Yoel Romero with a flying knee. Weidman's out, bleeding, just leaking all over the fucking mat. That was gorgeous. A brilliant welterweight title fight between Tyron Woodley and fucking Wonderboy Thompson. I wanted Wonderboy to win. Turned out to be a majority draw, and I guess they're going to do a rematch, which is a drag because Damian Maia's out there and he's lurking. He should get his hands on one of those guys because he has a fucking python. He'll strangle you and put you on the fucking mat in 30 seconds and you're finished. But now he has to fucking kill time while Wonderboy and Tyron Woodley fight again. But I mean, that's okay. It was a good fight. I want to see it again. I wish Wonderboy could get off maybe and land a couple of more shots on Tyron, because Woodley looked like he had him fucking pounded out in the fourth. See, this is me auditioning for a UFC podcast. Shouldn't I do one, folks? You don't even fucking care about it, but that's fine. And then a couple of Polish ladies had a go in the strawweight division. It was the championship. It was Karina Kowalczak. I mispronounced that. And Joanna Hadabarechuk. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Let's just call them Polly and Pamela Pierogi. That's who had a knockout brawl in the fucking ring. Is that right? Is that right? It's kind of the same thing. Polly Pierogi knocked out, well, actually she didn't. It was a 5-round fight. Polly Pierogi handled Pamela Pierogi. She was just quicker off the draw. And at one point, Pamela Pierogi landed a shot right down Broadway and almost put Polly Pierogi back on her her stuffed sweet cheese plum ass. But no, she got up and fought it off. So she retained her belt because she's the best fighter in the UFC. Who's that? Polly Pierogi. But then the main event, dude, Conor McGregor and Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez talking a bunch of yang, saying he was going to come out, mean streets of Philly. And Conor, dude, you have to see it. Again, people don't understand, okay? You don't like the UFC, you don't like boxing, you think it's violent or whatever, and I get that. But then people who are fans of these sports, they don't like anybody who talks. They're like, oh, I can't stand the trash talking. It's just be an honorable sport. Fuck that. You need a guy who's interesting. You need a guy who draws enemies. You need a guy who makes you hate him, a guy who makes you love him, and that's what Conor McGregor is, dude. He fucking came out there yesterday, and he just tooled up. He tooled him. It was brutal. He tuned up fucking Alvarez. He tooled him. He tuned him. He did all those fucking things. Anything with a T in it, he fucking let him have it. Because he's just, and he came out his entrance with this fucking, the Sinead song, and then and it kicks into the fucking 50 Cent song. Dudes. And then when he gets in the ring, he does the fucking Vince McMahon, like the big ball strut, and he walks all over the place like he owns the fucking joint. And then he wins the fight in fucking amazing fashion because he owns the fucking joint. It's beautiful. I love hate in my fights. I love the fact that everybody hates this guy and he just makes fun of it. You got to see, if anything, check out his mic work after the win. First of all, if you want to see him knock down Eddie Alvarez fucking 9 times, buy the pay-per-view. It was beautiful. At one point, McGregor is just standing in front of him and he puts both of his hands behind his back and with his chin out. And he's daring Eddie Alvarez to do something about it. Hit him. Hit me. Basically hit me. He kept his hands behind his back. It was fucking gorgeous. And then he just fucking knocked him down with like a 4-punch combination, knocked him the fuck out. And then he got a belt and he demanded a second belt. He's holding both belts. And he's just like, you know what? I've got a lot of people who are angry with me in this sport. I've got a lot of people who are angry with me in this sport. A lot of people in the back who want to start fights. And I'm here to tell you right now, I severely apologize to fucking nobody. The 2-time champ apologizes to no one. And I was like, you're goddamn right. That's exactly what it should be about. You got 2 belts, you just knocked some guy. If you do shit you say you're going to do, you don't need to apologize. If you do shit you say you're going to do, then just fucking keep talking until somebody shuts your mouth. And but the thing is, then when you get your mouth shut, everybody's like, well, you got to be humble. No, keep fucking talking. That's where the money is. The money's in talking. Not here, certainly, but in other places, if you wind up talking, you're going to make the fucking money. want to hook people in, get them halfway through a recipe and cut your fucking show in half. That's it. Do an hour about stew and then bail. Get on a plane. And then come back and revisit it 2 days later. Because that's the most important stew in the universe. Were there noodles or rice involved? Stay tuned!
We here, we are playing on a level that most will never see.